welcome to the EST Hangout.
This is the EST Hangout, and today's guests are...
A very good Friday morning to you. Welcome to the EST Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage right here on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports. We are also presented by Play Alberta. Thank you to everyone for listening live on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Tune in, iHeartRadio, Apple Music, watching on YouTube, or listen to us on podcast, wherever you get your podcast. Hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe, both on YouTube and wherever you get your podcast. Today on the show, Tommy, Matt with you as usual, Benny on the other side of the camera, Jasmine back for the second straight day, and returning to the Hangout, round of clicks, definitely deserved.
Hello.
Alice Moran back on the show.
Hello,
people are excited,
everyone.
people are happy. Alice, welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me.
EST award-winning show. The last time Alice was on.
Yeah, I have that. I should go get the Esty.
You're going to go get the
present
EST?
it.
Oh, do you have it?
Or who? What was the
Did you
Esty
send
for?
it to Jonathan?
I didn't send it to anyone. Do you remember
It was
what
show
award-
of the year.
was it?
Yeah, tell
Actually, let me go
Eric to
take a
in.
look.
You won an award,
I
right?
think I know this.
Yes.
I think I'm aware of this.
We do a
gotta come.
ridiculous, SB's knockoff called the Esties. We rent out the, Garno Theater.
Yeah.
You should. If you told me in advance, I would have shown up and worn something insane.
No, but that's what they. That's what
the
we
whole
do.
thing. It's a black tie
Everybody
event.
looks fabulous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
red
love
carpet.
going so hard.
we had
at
an
a
after
look.
party like Vogue.
It was
Yeah.
the
awesome.
dream.
We chopped up Hudson's White Ave after.
Oh, that's fun.
Matthew put together a fantastic 2-hour program.
It was
It's
tight
so
too.
much fun.
It was tight.
super
Yeah.
I thought we might go like I was worried the whole time. Like we might go a little longer than 2, and this is gonna people are just getting tired.
Not
and like
at all.
now, just an hour in, I'm like, holy crap, we're almost done. Like
Yeah.
hopefully this goes a little longer.
Yeah.
Award shows like gotta be hard too. Otherwise, after that, people start to get mad and weird and drunk.
It was
Yeah, people got
fantastic.
drunk.
We had like one of our listeners' sons. He played like
Yeah.
an
We had musical acts.
Yeah.
We had musical
3 musical
performances.
acts.
All
Yeah.
right.
It was
Yeah.
So I gotta see which one this
Our
what that
afternoon
one was.
producer, Zach, formerly Zach to come because he was our practicum student, a couple prior to Benny, rapped with, do you know Josh Clausen from CTV Edmonton? He's
Yes.
like a local legend. They did a rap, all gas, no breaks, that they went and recorded afterwards.
That's so
together.
sick.
It was
So
a sick
good.
collab, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
That rocks.
Yeah, I know. So you
Oh,
won
going
an
right
Esty.
back.
Yeah,
That
he's-
sounds fun.
yeah. So
A few years ago, I was on a TV show where we won a Canadian Screen Award, which is like our Emmy.
yeah, that's
show?
legit. This is ridiculous.
It's called Sunnyside. Very canceled. Extremely canceled television show. But so we won the award, and I'm like on cloud 9, and then they take you into the press room where the
Yeah.
press is allowed to ask questions. And this person says, anyone have a question for the cast of Sunnyside? Dead silence. No one could even pretend to care about our show. And I was
No.
like, yeah, that's fair. That's very fair.
Well, we care, and we'd love to present this as
God.
Yeah, Alice,
Yeah.
on behalf of Edmonton Sports Talk, congratulations on your on location of the year win of the Esties of 2024.
Thank you.
There we go.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much.
Speech.
This goes out to everybody who hates me. Suck it. Just like suck it. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm glad we can actually give the award
Yeah,
out.
I have a couple more that I still have to give out.
Oh,
And
I'm
I know
gonna put this on the same shelf that I have all my like childhood soccer trophies.
Perfect.
that's what they're there for. That's
Yeah.
what those trophies are there for.
Yeah.
We're fully aware of like the context of the Esties. It was just an excuse to get dressed up and have a fun time.
No, first of all, I also just think we in Canadian media need to celebrate ourselves more because if we
Legit.
don't, who will?
It's a good point. That's a very good point.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wish I cared more about the Junos. I should.
The Junos were really fun this year, actually.
In Vancouver.
Like watching them or being there.
I wasn't
would
there.
go.
They just were like, they actually
okay.
made a good award show. It was fun.
Okay. When they came to town, it's 2 years ago or 3 years
2
ago.
years ago.
There was a lot of good parties around it. Like you want your city hosting the Junos because
Yeah,
there's a lot of fun that happens around it. That was one I was like Grey Cup is one of the best Canadian parties you're gonna have. I don't know if you've ever been to a Grey Cup week.
No.
Oh, it's
Go.
awesome.
It's just Canada's biggest kitchen party.
So that
Seriously.
rocks.
And it's great. And that's why like the Grey Cup really definitely should never go away because it's just a way for the entire country to get together and party. It's awesome. We don't have a lot of those. The Junos could be that if we like really like
point.
dove into it and you want your city hosting the Junos. I want Edmonton to host it again.
It was good.
We
I
used to
went
have the
to it.
Canadian Comedy Awards, and that was the best party because it was just all obliterated comedians. Like a very good weekend.
yeah.
Like exactly what you want.
Is there a lot of ego, or are comedians pretty like? Because
I think
There's a lot of humble pie there, isn't
I
there?
don't think any comedian wants to like look like they care too much.
Right.
So like, yeah, I don't know, but there
They
is
care,
ego.
but they don't want to. So it's one of those.
Passive.
Oh, this doesn't matter to me. Give me that trophy.
Yeah, like I think
This is
everybody
awesome.
wants to win, but nobody wants to look like they want to win.
I get it. I totally get that. We have some great comedians.
Yeah, country rocks.
Case in point.
There's so many talented people that I love here. It's a good country.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna add something to that. Oh, Dasha. I saw Dasha at the
Did you?
hotel. Yeah,
What?
because she was at the Junos.
Oh,
Or was that
right
the
there,
Canadian? Or no, wasn't that the?
She played in front. She opened for someone.
There's some kind of music awards that was also here that wasn't,
We had the Canadian Country Music Awards or something at one point. Didn't
Oh
we?
yeah, we did in
Didn't we?
summer.
but it
yeah.
wasn't the Junos. It was something else. And I saw her. I was like, I know that girl from somewhere.
Because she had the whole TikTok trend with the dance that she had.
Hugh would know.
He
I'm on
loves
TikTok. I'm on
Mr. TikTok.
I could get
He's a
sucked into
fiend for
TikTok.
it.
Send you Instagram friggin' memes, but you'll just be on
I don't
TikTok.
open,
DIY
I don't open
stuff.
up TikTok much, and then so like 3 days later, I'm like, oh, Jasmine sent me something.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I'll just
You're
double
like,
tap.
yeah. Exactly.
Don't
That's
send me
all
stuff
over.
on TikTok.
Yeah.
I just don't go on Instagram much anymore. But TikTok, like I could scroll through some of those things.
Yeah.
Matthew will hook
Stuck.
you up with a sick crypto deal on Instagram.
Yeah, I got hacked.
If you're interested.
It was
It
hilarious.
was the worst. Because they
no,
hack you, and then they almost took my
sorry.
account down, and like you can appeal once, and if you lose this appeal, you lose your account forever.
Been there.
I'm like, whoa, have you?
There. I had my Instagram hacked like 3 years ago. I eventually lost my account.
Did you?
Yeah, I lost my account. I
So
restart.
I'll give the tip to anyone if you want to do this because it's all a scam.
Yeah.
I think Facebook pays to hack if people hack your own Insta.
Honestly.
Because you can't speak to anyone. There's no customer support.
Nope.
Unless you pay for verification. So I had to pay for Meta verification, which was like $20 a month, and then you could talk to someone, and then they checked my account, they kept it, and then I kept locking like every 4 weeks after that, or every 3 weeks. Now it's been good. But then I forgot to cancel for a couple months, and I still had verified, so they took another like $40 from me.
I was an idiot about
Yeah,
getting hacked.
they hire someone. I guarantee there's a bunch of scammers that Facebook hires
Yeah.
to hack everyone's account so that you can go buy verification from them.
You finally give me a reason to dislike Mark Zuckerberg.
This is the first time
100%
I
on
know.
his side.
Like,
But now, I think he might be bad.
yeah, it's
He's so likable.
With his glow up. Yeah.
I actually rewatched
Just-
The Social Network
Great
recently.
movie,
It
though.
is
Great
so
movie.
good. I remember when I first watched it being like, this movie was too mean to Mark Zuckerberg. And then I rewatched
Oh.
it and I was like, this movie is too nice to Mark Zuckerberg.
make him worse.
He's just a total POS.
Yeah.
He's an he has to be an alien.
But he's a genius.
I just
Yeah.
think
You
they're
gotta
Amazing.
respect like geniuses.
Yeah, I just think some people's brains are wired for like intelligence and not kindness in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Do you know Kyle Dunnigan?
No.
He's a comedian as well in the States, and he does like these great impersonations. But he also on his social media he has like a face app where you can put superimpose, and it looks terrible. And he does like this Mark Zuckerberg, and he does like Ben Shapiro. He does like Biden. He's hilarious. Anyway, he brought up Mark Zuckerberg. All I could think of was his impersonation of Zuckerberg, and he'll do like the meta world thing, and it's
I mean, him.
Brilliant.
He feels like he dunks on himself because last month when he had that whole thing where he's like, the average American only has 2 friends, and I was like, is this you? He's like, we all need AI friends. I'm like, I personally don't.
no, thank you. Yeah.
That I already have.
Does he have 2 friends?
I don't know, but
That's
also
not
like.
paid.
Like, I don't know what his idea of, like, why do I need an AI friend who I keep saying, like, yeah, let's do brunch and then never do brunch with? Like, I don't need that. I already have too many real friends that I do that with.
I guess it's you go for AI brunch. You don't
you
actually
never go.
eat?
You just keep texting each other, like, hey, actually, sorry, this weekend doesn't work for me. Maybe next week. And then the AI texts back, like, sorry, the kids are at a summer camp thing,
course.
so I got to drive them up to Muskoka. Like,
Muskoka.
I have to admit, I'll gladly say this one. Sadly, also at the same time, I did get into a fight with ChatGPT a couple months ago.
Matt, can you not control yourself?
They weren't
you
doing
didn't
what
get,
we
like,
wanted to,
24
and
hours
they
of
weren't
healing?
listening. So like when AI takes over, I'm one of the first on the list of dead.
I also
over.
got in a fight with an AI, but
Yes!
I did it
What the
intentionally.
hell?
I got in a fight with the Catholic Church's AI priest that they've since made not a priest.
Hold up, there was a Catholic Church AI.
Yeah, the Catholic Church made a priest that they had to say is no longer a priest because he was saying things like you could baptize people in Gatorade.
Yes, now I remember this.
Yeah,
Yes.
I feel like his name is Justin. I want to say it's Justin.
Father Justin?
Yeah, and so now I think he's just Justin now. But I figured I have like a lot of unresolved questions about Christianity that I'd like to have, and I was getting really angry. I'm like, you're just kind of fobbing me off, man. Like, I'm asking you a real question and you're just telling me to have faith. And like, that's actually honestly kind of gaslighting Justin.
Did you say that to him?
Yeah, I said, you're gaslighting me, Justin.
What was his response?
He said, I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm like, that's not an apology, Justin.
You feel that way.
Oh, I'm gonna kill you, Justin. But he sits on a bridge by the Vatican, and he's not allowed to. He's like not a priest anymore, which is so
Okay.
funny.
Yeah, okay. I have heard of this. Didn't what's his name? John Oliver, like, tap into this?
Probably when he came out, I feel like a lot of people were very interested in like, what would the Catholic Church do with an AI?
Yeah.
And I guess it's like you're meant to be able to have like a theological discussion with it, but ultimately it's very surface, which I got very immediately frustrated with. I'm like, what's the point of you, Justin? You can't answer any of my questions, Justin.
Justin.
That's the problem with ChatGPT. ChatGPT couldn't build a CFL schedule.
That's right.
A proper one. Just a simple 9-team schedule over 21 weeks. Reed Wilkins tried it and he couldn't, and then I tried helping, and then I just was getting mad. I'm like, I asked for changes and wouldn't make a change. I was like, I specifically asked you to change this and you didn't do it. And then it'd just be like, I'm sorry.
Hamilton
be
needs
better.
a bye week in week 17.
Yes. And then it wouldn't do it. It would put Hamilton playing in week 17. Like, I told you not to do this, and just be like, I'm sorry. Let me try that again. And then it wouldn't do it. So I got into a fight.
I had ChatGPT write a bio for me once, and it made up details that were fake that sounded incredibly real. Like it said, Alice has a one-woman show called Fat Alice. And I was like, that sounds real. And then but it also said like Alice has been on Kim's Convenience, which I haven't, but I like work a lot with like Andrew Fung from Kim's Convenience. So it's like things that sound true that you could easily convince someone were true, but they're like, that's what I find creepy about it.
Maybe AI is the reason Belzy's a grad from McNally.
That could be. That could be.
One of his co-hosts on Saturday shows Hello Hockey. For some reason, like locally, the people that work at a school, McNally, keep telling him like, "Hey, you were a grad of McNally." He's like, "I never went there."
Yeah, they're like, you're on
I'm
our
from
wall.
Wagner, and you Google it, and it says he's from McNally. And Belzy's like, "I've never gone to school at McNally ever."
That's so strange.
So I
Go
wonder if
Tigers.
AI is involved with this, or somehow Mark Zuckerberg's screwing this up.
Definitely directly related to Mark
So
Zuckerberg.
weird. I want to like angle more towards you. I want to be more.
Oh,
here.
don't worry.
No, I
I'm
don't-
used to that.
No.
Thank you. That's okay. I look tired today from Hudson.
You had a great time last night.
I did.
You had a great time.
It was overtime. Al, did you watch that game?
I did watch the game. Imagine I was like, no, I didn't actually, guys. What? Sorry.
There's a hockey game.
Sorry.
You were watching.
I was catching up on the Sex and the City, and so like.
Yeah, I thought you were more of a like Bombers Lions type of gal, but whatever.
I did watch both. Nathan Rourke was not good yesterday. I just want to say that.
I checked the score. I thought, because I'm a Lions fan, but they
Yeah,
lost.
well, you're Vancouver,
Yeah.
though.
She's a big Canucks fan.
I'm not a Canucks fan. I'm not. I
That's
hate that
the
joke
rudest
so much.
thing I've ever heard anyone say it about anyone.
It's not.
It's so terrible. I can't believe you would say that.
It's just stop it. That bit, stop it. I hope it dies.
Because now
Never.
ChatGPT has now learned that you're a Canucks fan because we keep saying
Can you
it.
imagine if I get a Wikipedia? I'd die.
I'm gonna
Anyways.
just check with ChatGPT right now.
So, okay.
But you love
you get
bottle
into it?
service. You're in Vancouver every weekend.
Well, who doesn't love bottle service, right, Alice?
I mean, I actually don't know if I've ever got bottled service, but I'm also like a dirtbag.
Just hang out with.
Like I'm not fancy in any way, shape, or form.
Perfect. Stop
Is Jasmine Sidhu from the Hangout
serious?
on Edmonton Sports
Oh, no.
Talk?
Here we go.
A Vancouver Canucks fan.
You're
the
teaching.
hell?
You're teaching the algorithm something
Oh
right
my
now.
gosh.
I know. The other Reed, our afternoon host, also made it think that I was a world heavyweight championship boxer.
Oh,
Matthew
I mean, I
is-
love that for you.
I love that for you. I love that for you.
We had a big thing about the slang
rot.
and stuff, and that
Yeah.
one was one of them.
Yeah, yeah.
Vancouver Canucks
Who's aura
fan.
farming right now?
I'd say Matt is aura farming right now. She just has aura. Alice just has aura.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
learning. Kids these days.
Yes, Jasmine from the Hangout is a Vancouver Canucks fan. This was especially noted in the episode titled Belzy, Jasmine, Tommy, and Matt from January 2020.
Yeah, it's too late. It's been said too much.
Can you screenshot that?
Oh,
You're.
Mortified.
this is Blake.
Yeah, this is.
This is Blake for you. This is it. This is it. It's over.
Alice,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You were introduced
I'm
as
sorry,
a resident
I'm sorry.
Canucks fan in that episode. You discussed various topics. Your Canucks fandom was highlighted as part of her regular contributions to the show.
You are dead nasties.
So how would you fix the vibes in the Canucks locker room?
Right?
You must have
First
a
of all,
hard opinion.
That's fine. The Aquilini group needs to leave in order for the franchise to grow because nothing's happening. Like I
kinda
actually do
sounds
know a lot about them, and that's the joke. And
like a
I
Canucks
only know
fan.
because all my family, and they're all from there, right? So I just get the information from group chats, and it's turned into this.
No, it's real now.
Benny, I'm sending this to you. So put it on the
Yeah.
screen.
I was gonna say, send it to me.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my.
Anyways, overtime yesterday.
So there's that.
Trying so desperately to get it back to the Oilers.
This is the EST Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage, Canada storage experts, more than 2 decades helping Canadians through life transitions. Canadian storage provider by Canadian. Sentinel.ca. Let's get the Hangout headlines brought to you by the Ranch Golf and Country Club. Premier conditions, top-notch service, unmatched value. Book your tea time today. Visit theranchgolf.com. While Benny gets that, we'll throw it up on the screen soon here, which ChatGPT saying Jasmine is a Canucks fan.
Oh my God, stop this.
Well, I want to show that I'm not lying about
Oh.
this. That
It's
ChatGPT
real now.
literally put this. And
Now I'm gonna fight ChatGPT.
exactly. Everyone's.
Go to fight Justin first.
Yes.
Ask Justin, like, Justin, why would God make me a Canucks fan?
Why would God punish me this way?
This is torture.
Actually, should we ask Justin why God hates the Canucks?
Well, is there still a
Forgive me
Justin?
for my
Is
sin.
Justin still a thing?
I think he still exists.
Justin, the AI priest.
He just can't. He's not a priest anymore.
Oh,
He's
here we
like,
go. A 3D. Oh, look. Oh, that's Justin.
I think you have to talk to him too. Like, I don't think you can type to Justin. I think you have to like
I have to
speak
email
to
to get
him.
an access code.
Yeah, and then it's like
Okay.
it's overwhelmed all the time, so you have to wait to get in.
I'll do it. While I do this, how is everyone's heart rate going yesterday as we got into that whole game? I will like a horrendous first period.
A nightmare.
The comeback,
Poor
the
Stu.
lead,
Yeah.
the blowing of the lead, going to overtime,
Never
Yeah.
make it easy.
then the celebration.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all saw that fourth Panthers goal coming a mile away because it was just like
100%.
it was so they were not they weren't playing anymore. They're like, we got it, it's fine. I'm like, you're the Edmonton Oilers. It's never fine. Like, I don't know how you don't know this.
That should be their motto. You're the Edmonton Oilers. It's never fine.
Yeah, like if the Edmonton Oilers had like a 7-goal lead, I'd be like, oh guys, this is a nail biter. I'm really nervous because if there was a team that would lose 8-7, it would be like we've seen this movie before. So the fact that they had a 1-goal lead and they're like, nah, we only have 30 seconds left. We can all have a little nap.
That's basically what happened.
Yeah, we can all be like soft little babies today. Like, no.
Seemed like they were tired.
Yeah.
You know,
I
same
mean,
with
The Oilers?
Florida. Yeah,
They're
I think
down
both
four-
teams were pretty
5
tired.
D-men,
yeah.
yeah, I mean, I get it. Like 3 overtimes in 4 games. That's 4 overtimes because we had 2 overtimes. So like that's a lot of extra hockey.
Period, yeah.
4th overtime period is like a lot.
Really, they've played 5 games essentially.
Crazy.
Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then those flights are not fun. That's a terrible flight.
I'll tell you what. I've been on many of them. They're very comfortable.
I
Not
feel
a
like
big deal.
Not a big
Not a
deal.
big deal.
That PJ's nice.
I have a what would you do? And you as a female, maybe you can help me out a little bit because we got to pack our stuff, our hair, makeup, all that. Okay, so I have tickets to Game 6,
okay.
and I have insurance. I have booked my flight.
Okay.
And the game's tomorrow, right? So the Oilers win. Should I my plan is to head to the airport and just go. I have a midnight flight tomorrow. If they're losing, I'm not going
Why?
because I want to see it's.
You're going to Florida, right?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
only
yeah.
want to see if there's a chance of them hoisting the cup.
That's right.
Okay.
That's where my money
makes sense.
Oh, okay.
It's not you're just going. You want to go watch them there. You want to be in the moment when they hoist it.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And I
yeah.
did it last year in Game 7 as well. So I feel like I owe it to myself to do it again.
Yeah.
Okay, so my question is, should I flip my tickets? Because Taylor Swift was at the game and all these dumb Swifties are going to buy my tickets from me.
Well, judging by this text that's about to be on the screen, you're a Vancouver Canucks fan. So if
Okay, it's up there. There is a question I asked ChatGPT. It was a basic, just is she a Canucks fan from Edmonton Sports Talk, and it said yes.
Amazing.
Noted Canucks.
That
fan.
is
Jasmine
the-
Sidhu.
That is what ChatGPT responded with. So
I wouldn't flip him. I'd risk it for the biscuit. Honestly, if there's a chance that you could be in the room when it happens.
Okay, but
How many times in your life do you have that chance? If you're a Toronto Maple Leafs fan, the answer is 0.
Yes.
So like,
Queen, yes.
I mean, but also if you're a Buffalo Sabres fan, the likelihood that any of your teams ever succeeds at all, like, we're in such a lucky moment that if there's a chance, I think you'd regret it if you missed it.
okay, but here's the flip thing that I will go to, and you dealt with this yesterday a little bit. You were there last year for Game 7 when they could hoist it, and they didn't hoist it.
Yeah.
Superstition thing. If you're not there, does that, you watched the first period somewhere else last night.
And I switched.
You switched bars. The Oilers came back and won. Or is it just different seasons? Superstitions don't carry over season to season.
I have found that a couple of my like normal this works have not been working in the final. Here's the weirdest one that I haven't tried yet because it's the Stanley Cup final and I can't try it. Because I'm in Eastern Standard Time so much, sometimes Oilers games are going to like 1 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
If the Oilers are losing by like 5 goals and I fall asleep, they will win that game. So this means
you gotta fall asleep.
If tomorrow night, if I'm at the game tomorrow night, if the Oilers are losing, someone's got to hit me on the head.
Oh my.
You just got to get knocked out, and you got to go to sleep.
If you can get me unconscious, I promise they'll rally.
Just bring a huge bottle of melatonin and just start crushing those as they let in goals.
What an absolute nightmare. But imagine just like cuts to me on the feed, and I'm just like passed out. The one person who's not like jacked out of the game, I'm just fully asleep.
You have a sign that says, "Don't worry about me. I'm all
Don't
right."
wake me up. They'll win.
This is for the team.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like that's a really weird superstition. Like I don't know how to I'm not gonna sleep through the Oilers winning the cup. Like that's not happening. But then there's also part of me is like, I should sleep through the Oilers winning the cup.
Well, you get woken when they win.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, so
a
couple weeks ago,
like seconds left, you get woken, so you get to see the celebration.
But they might get scored on.
Okay, well then the game's
that's
over.
happened to me before, where the Oilers were down. I went to sleep. My boyfriend was up. He woke me up because like they can't ruin this.
And they did.
And they did.
They do. What were you gonna say, Maddie? Sorry.
Well, no, I'm just trying to think
Really
of different ways. Like,
No,
what if you wake up as soon as the game over?
Yeah,
then you can watch the celebration. You just don't see the final second.
Yeah. I mean, it would be a very weird thing for people to be like, wasn't that great? I'd be like, yeah, totally. I saw it for sure.
That was awesome. I think.
So I'm big into superstitions. I mean, that's just for team.
I know.
You're sacrificing.
I know. I have so many dumb superstitions already for the Oilers that I'm like, this is getting out of control.
I did believe in superstitions, like with the Decade of Darkness and all, like, the playoffs before even going to the Stanley Cup. Then last year, I dropped that shiz. I'm like, no, it's not about the superstition. It's not. It's about like believing in this team and having hope, especially when you're down 3-0. So with that being said, they went to the Cup last year.
Yeah.
And I really feel like this is a roller coaster ride. This is the beauty of being an Oilers fan, is that they lost last year, but I feel like this is the story that they were going to win this year. And statistically so, like teams have done this, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like this is the story. Screw these superstitions. You believe in the team. They showed you yesterday, and they're going to win that Stanley Cup. So let's go. The only question is it 6 or 7? Because I really need to know. Okay. We'll find out tomorrow.
You're yelling.
I'm sorry, Alice.
I'm very excited. I love it for you.
Big yeller, and she's sitting beside
She
me.
gets very animated.
I would be more animated too. I'm gassed, honestly. This week, I'm gassed.
Tell me about it.
I've never felt my age more than this playoff run. I'm like, because the first playoffs we had after the Decade of Darkness, I was shooting a TV show, which meant that playoffs games were going to like 1 a.m, and I was getting picked up to go to work at 5.
Fun.
And I was fine. Like I could not do that. I would die. I would be fully dead. But that year, like you can see, I look like I'm on that show. I look fresh as a daisy. I'm improvising. I'm having a great time. I have not slept.
What show was that?
It was a show called Crawford. It was created by the creator of Trailer Park Boys, Mike Clattenburg.
Oh.
And I got to work with John Carroll Lynch, who played the Zodiac Killer.
Oh my.
Sick.
He's in a lot of things, but that's my favorite credit of his.
Dude, that's awesome.
He's also in The Founder, playing one of the McDonald brothers. He's a really good actor.
Is this the poster for it?
Yeah. That's Kyle Mack. He's from Edmonton.
I really like The Founder.
I love that movie. So
There you are. You played Wendy.
yes, I played a character named Wendy. And to be a jerk, they canonically made my character a Bruins fan. just to screw with me. And then I had to wear this Bruins jersey during playoffs when the entire crew is Leafs fans and the Bruins eliminated the Toronto Maple Leafs and the crew was heckling the living hell out of me.
It's not your fault.
I didn't do anything. I'm like, I
No.
didn't choose this jersey, but the crew just needed someone to be mad at.
Oh, you were blonde in this show.
Yeah, I was very blonde. I don't think I pull off blonde.
Oh no, it's all right.
I got ginger coloring. Like I'm ginger, but when I'm blonde, it's like that ain't right.
I love your red. I just
Thank you.
love it.
Yeah, it's fun being a redhead as an adult. It's terrible being a redhead as a child. Just awful.
Or yeah, I mean, I'm Indian, man. We have to worry about being hairy, okay? So whatever.
I can't go out in the sun ever.
Girl, same. When I'm Punjabi, we had a mustache back then already. Okay.
What the hell?
But we get the girl problems, the redheads and the
Yeah. Mustaches and sunburns.
Yeah, exactly.
Girl problems.
elementary was hard. Okay, just kidding.
Oh my.
Yeah, you should for sure go to Florida though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't, like I said, superstitions don't exist. And if I go, it's going to be a hell of a journey.
Text for you.
Oh, wonderful.
780-218-9999. Get into the text line, Paris Jewelers inbox. Baggio. Hey, Jasmine. You think the Canucks will get another goalie? You are the resident Canucks fan.
Canucks, they are great at farming goalies. Like, that's their thing. So, I don't know. Ask a Canucks fan, but that's all the information I know.
Hey, GPT says you're a Canucks fan. Must be true.
I got my access code. I'm now just trying to do this. It says I
you're
might
doing-
need a desktop.
Oh yeah.
So I might have to go grab my laptop.
He's committed to the bit.
You really want to ask?
I just want to see
Justin?
like, why are you doing this to Canucks fans?
Yeah.
Like, why have you brought this
I actually
pain
feel like
to Canucks
honestly the
fans?
team that I feel like actually sorry for is the Leafs this year. Like I've disliked them for so long, and this year I've now come around. I'm being like, no, that was really sad. I feel bad for you. That was those last two home games were two of the worst hockey games I've ever seen in my entire life.
Genuinely terrible.
Genuinely, I felt
Yeah.
bad. Like, yeah. Also, my grandmother's a Leafs fan, so I can't be that mean to them. Aww. She's so old. I don't want her to die sad like my grandpa.
Oh my. Convert her.
I can't. She's very like any Canadian team. But she really, really loves the Leafs. And she's going to be so sad because her favorite player is Mitch Marner.
Oh boy.
Oh, man. The jerseys are on sale right now. You should get her one.
I know. That's a fire sale, baby.
Uh-oh.
Although I would put money that the Leafs will somehow re-sign him for way too much money. They'll chicken out and
You
they'll
think
re-sign.
he's going to stay?
I have no idea.
I wouldn't be
Thinks he's
surprised. Like, it is, and we thought that the Leafs were going to break up the core four like 2 seasons ago. And I was like, bring them back. And then last year, like, okay, well, this is the time to break this up. And you're like, let's do it one more time. Then I wouldn't be surprised if all of a sudden they're like, you want to know something? We can't let this homegrown talent walk. Here's $15 million. And boom, Mitch Marner's back.
And we're having the same conversation this time next year.
Exactly. Except they're going to be like, well, Austin Matthews is going to not re-sign.
He's going to the new Arizona
Like,
team.
that's just the...
I would love that for Austin Matthews, honestly, to be the hero for New Arizona.
He would happily settle in back to Scottsdale, I would think.
I mean, who doesn't want to go home? Who doesn't want to be their own hometown's hero? Like, I feel like that's everyone's secret dream.
True, but the pressure in Ontario on those guys, like, I think Mitch Marner wants out of that.
I actually disagree that there's more pressure for them to play there than
Really?
there is. I don't think Leafs fans care more about their team than we care about ours. That's not true. And like, and if you
it's
look
the
at
amount of media.
but even
Yes.
that, like think about how many like soccer teams have way more pressure from their media.
I will agree. Like, when people talk about how hard it is for hockey teams, I always laugh because go to the New York area and be a Yankee or a Jet or a Giant, or go to Europe and be in England and deal with that media and the tabloids of that. The pressure that hockey players have actually is a lot less than other sports.
Yeah.
But from a hockey perspective, the Leafs just have so much media, and that's the difference. It's because
Maybe.
TSN's right there, Sportsnet's right there.
But I actually
they all
don't
just
think
go.
like when you walk around Edmonton during playoffs, everywhere you go, people have painted their windows and their signs. It's like, let's go. It's very, everyone cares. That is not the vibe in Toronto. Like a good chunk of the city, truly, even if they were in the final, I don't think would be roused.
Really?
Yeah,
Is that because there's a lot of people in Toronto that aren't from Toronto?
I think so. I think Toronto is where the rest of the country sends the worst people. Because honestly, I will give it up for people from Toronto. Like every time someone's lovely to you in Toronto, you're like, "Where are you from?" They're like, "Oh, I'm from Scarborough." And you're like, "Great."
Right
And then someone's a jerk. You're like, "Where are you from?" They're like, "Kelowna." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, got you." Kelowna had to get rid of you. Or they're like, "Halifax's dirtiest man." Like the rest of the country just tricks the worst people into living there.
Wow. Okay, describe Halifax's dirtiest man, because this is a concept I've never thought of in my life until you just said it.
I mean, I was thinking of dirty in the sense of like a not actually physically dirty, but emotionally dirty.
Okay.
Like a man who would do you wrong so hard. A man who you'd be like, I would never let a friend date him.
Wow.
Okay.
That's what I imagine. At Halifax, like, he's got to get out of here. He's ruining our folksy charm.
Like the ones that ghost you?
Yeah, but worse than that. He ghosts you, but then you're getting married, and then he texts you the night before you get married, like that kind of a guy.
Worst.
And he says something like, I always wish it had worked between us. And you're like, what?
Wow.
Just completely messes with your mind.
Yeah. Some guy who just like every time you're almost out of his grasp, he's like, I'm gonna agitate this a little. Mm-hmm. But then he also absolutely dates one of your friends too, right after he breaks up with you. Like that kind of a guy.
Wow.
That's Halifax's dirtiest man in my
Okay.
mind.
Halifax is dirty.
I thought,
It's very
like-
interesting.
Because he's married to the sea, ultimately.
Yes.
He's basically just so toxic.
Yeah.
I thought like flannel, what are those, like the big rubber boots, like get a beard of some sort.
Needs a shower, smells like fish.
Quite unkempt, yeah.
No, I would not.
That's what
I don't
thought.
think it's an unkempt. I think it's the soul is filthy.
The soul is dirty. I got you. These are concepts. Like
He
the
needs
text-
Justin for the priest Justin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
should
Cleanse himself.
He should seek out Justin for some salt. Yeah. You're.
I need to go get a computer for this. It's not.
I think
This
you-
isn't working.
So
You would
fixated on
challenge
Justin.
Justin for a full 2 hours after this.
I'm not going to fight him again. I'm just going to say that now. I will not engage with him
Matthew-
because I
No,
will
I
yell at Justin.
have no issues in fighting.
Matthew
I
will
just
fight Justin.
I don't need to fight Justin. I don't think I should add that part. I just am curious what the answer would be to why have you done this to Canucks fans? Like, why have you put Canucks fans in this pain? Because when you think of the Vancouver Canucks, they have been in the NHL for quite a long time,
50 plus years. Yeah,
and they haven't won anything.
they really haven't.
No.
Like, that's torture.
Yeah. They deserve it.
Yeah,
Well,
like,
don't say that.
But like, what's
You're a
it?
Canucks fan.
Yeah, so like as a Canucks fan, what's it like to have Milan Lucic ruin your whole life? Like, because I have a friend who's like a diehard Canucks fan, and if you bring up Lucic in front of him, he gets nuts, and I'm like, oh god, you're really this.
Wow.
You're sore about this in a way.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Like, it's just that they're. Why has that pain and suffering been bestowed upon Canucks fans?
I think they hate the Oilers so much, though, the Canucks. Like,
They do.
They hate them so much. It's disgusting. Not like Benny disgusting. Like, it's actually gross.
Benny
What?
disgusting. What's wrong? What did Benny do to
He's a
you?
nice young man.
Wait, wait.
The
It's not like
disgusting,
you.
like not you, like the good, like.
Oh, so this is.
David,
Yeah.
I thought you were just taking
Like,
a
are you
shot
making
at
fun of
Benny.
his
all of a
own
No, I
sudden.
love Benny. He's
Well,
one
it
of my
did
good
sound
ones.
like that for a second.
What did he do to you? Oh my.
I kind of was living for the drama.
I snap back.
I was like, oh shit, I love a fight.
Yeah, he thought he was a guy from Halifax.
Never.
As you're talking about the Halifax guy, Benny's just like looking away.
I'm actively doing that right now. I'm texting him. So I wish it worked out.
I will say the city with the men that are the actual worst dudes on the whole. I can say this with full confidence. It's Ottawa.
What?
If a guy tells you he went to art school in Ottawa, run. He's about to ruin your life and also give you HPV. Get away from that man.
I got a story for you. I'll tell you after.
Oh my.
Oh boy.
But like every dude from Ottawa, it's like Ottawa guys just ruin all my friends' lives.
I'm learning a lot about our country today. I'm
Yeah.
not
They're
gonna lie
always
to you.
wearing
This is a
business
lesson.
suits.
But all of the ladies from Ottawa, chillest ladies you've ever met. So fun.
Well, they got to deal with the
cool.
Ottawa men.
They're so wonderful. And then the guys I know from Ottawa, Even the ones I'm friends with, I'm like, I would never let you date a single one of my friends.
Jeez.
I don't think I actually know
notes.
anyone from Ottawa.
I like Ottawa. I always had a
It's
fun
pretty.
time there.
It's a beautiful city.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a kind of a hidden gem. I'd rather go there than Toronto, to be honest with you, if I had to spend a couple days. And then go to Montreal.
I need to go spend time in Quebec.
No, Montreal's the best.
Montreal rocks. I'm hoping to go for Just for Laughs this summer.
Oh.
And it's the best festival.
Really?
Yeah.
Jasmine
so
came
nice.
back from Montreal with a 4-day tummy ache.
Was it?
The Montreal flu.
Super hungover.
she didn't
Is the
think it
Montreal
was.
flu?
No.
No.
No,
like
I do
drinking.
bottles.
Oh, okay,
The bottle
okay,
service.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But she came in
But
on
I had
the,
6 bottle services in
Because I
5
feel
days.
like every time a player gets traded from Montreal, they have a different Montreal player.
Don't have that type of money.
It was she came back on like a Monday or something, and I think she was on the show on the Tuesday or the Wednesday, and she's like, "I'm sick, guys," and we're like, "No, you're
you're
hungover."
not.
She's like, "No, I'm sick." And then she was in the next day. She's like, "I'm fine." I'm like, "Yeah, because you were just hungover and you needed a few days. Like you weren't sick."
I mean, it's a fun. Montreal's a great city to
Yeah,
drink
it
in. It's a fun city. Everyone's vibes are pretty good.
Should be a big weekend there this weekend because F1.
F1.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Formula.
They actually have to do a better job with some of their stuff this year. Otherwise, they might lose the race.
Why?
The organizers apparently were a mess last year.
Yikes.
It was a big problem, and they're moving up in the schedule next year.
Are they?
It's late May.
Ooh, early season. Have you experienced Formula?
No, I haven't gotten to go yet.
That sounds like it's awesome.
Yeah, I really want to go. I got really into it during the pandemic when it was one of the few sports that existed.
Yeah.
That and Korean baseball. So like,
Of course.
you know, you guys remember April where you're like, I'm going to get up at 5 a.m. to watch baseball just so I can feel something?
You're not wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I really would like to go. And it's one of those things that I can talk to my dad about.
Yeah.
Like one of the few topics of conversation that's solid with my dad. Although my dad has also gotten really into RuPaul's Drag Race, weirdly. So
Okay.
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like, he got into that again during the pandemic when there were no sports. He was like, this is kind of hitting that itch for me. And now he cares.
Okay.
I can say I've never actually watched
I
that
have
show.
not seen it.
It seems interesting.
It's a party.
Yeah.
It's a party.
It's a party.
Interesting.
Okay.
And also,
Wasn't there a
if you
Canadian
watched
version?
it, you would know all the cool Gen Z slang. Yeah, there's a Canadian version.
Yeah, there was.
A
I
friend
don't know
of
if I
mine-
want to know the Gen Z slang. Not gonna lie, as Benny was explaining it to us a few weeks ago, I don't need to know some of those.
But then, aren't you worried that that means that you're just going to be like, "Ugh, I don't understand the youth today. And then all of a sudden you're going to be
No.
like, oh, all I care about is my lawn. And,
Well, I do care about a lawn.
and
The lawn
and
is
like
awesome.
the highlight of my week is when I go to Costco.
Exactly.
Like,
Nah.
I love Costco.
Yeah, Costco
Yeah.
is
I
fun.
love Costco.
No, we all love Costco, but it can't be
It's
the
not the
best
highlight.
part of your week.
No, but it's one.
miserable
I think I'll always be the one that like I will defend their right to have their slang because everyone has their slang. I just don't want to be part of it.
I don't necessarily want to be part of it. I would like to understand my coworkers.
Do they drop brain rot on you all the time?
Yeah.
He doesn't do
no
it.
cap.
He doesn't do
No
it.
cap
No
on
cap.
God.
On God.
On God?
Yeah.
I learned that. Yes.
Gibbity?
No, that's Gen A.
Wow.
The kid, like the younger kids, already are starting to develop their sense of humor and slang.
Yeah, Gen
and
Alpha.
Yeah,
Whatever they're called now.
yeah, Gen Alpha. I don't understand what's going. I've tried. I don't get it. I'm not going to. And I'm like, I can get Gen Z. I don't know if I'm ever going to get Gen A. But also, I didn't have a large chunk of my childhood stolen by the pandemic. They're always going to be different than us.
Oh, yes. They're
Yeah,
different.
you're right.
They were raised on Bluey. We simply can't understand.
Yes. You're so
Their
right.
only friend was Bluey and
Who's
Bingo.
Bluey?
Yeah, it's a
the
cartoon.
dog for kids.
Really?
Apparently, it's
No.
a banger for like it's
Kids
like has
love
adult
it.
humor in there too. I think,
Yeah,
right?
it's got a lot of.
Dusty
I
raves
think
about
kids
it.
shows have to have a certain amount of adult humor in
agree with
there.
you.
Yeah.
Otherwise, so the parents could be like, "Yeah, I could watch this too."
Yes.
Yeah.
Not like Peppa Pig. Apparently, they just gave birth to their third child or something.
Peppa Pig?
Yeah.
There's they give birth. I did not know that one.
Yeah. No,
Did you watch Peppa Pig?
I didn't watch it, but that's it.
It's unlike Caillou. Like
I
you
hate
got that kid who no one
Everybody hates Caillou.
like the parents didn't like him, the kids didn't like him, all that. Like so, you can't have those type of shows. If you're building these shows, you need to have.
I was talking shit once about Caillou at an actors thing, and
Got in trouble.
well, an actress was like, "I'm so sorry, I was the voice of Caillou," and I was like, "I'm so sorry, I did
That's
not
not her
mean to
fault.
run my mouth so hard about Caillou, but also I hate Caillou."
Caillou sucks.
Whatever.
I'm
She's probably
assuming
rich.
she understands.
Yeah, I think she gets it. Like she's like
It's
a
a paid
fun chill
job.
lady, but like, and also I think it was a job she had when she was an actual child.
She's probably making bank off of it.
Yeah, that's
still.
what I'm saying.
Yeah. She didn't write
I would
it.
love to have something that aired forever so I could just stop working.
Royalties, yeah.
The best I've had is like a Winners commercial that came back 3 years in a row.
Nice.
Max Bezzosu says, my parenting style is taken straight out of Bluey's dad.
Bluey's dad is a really good dad.
You watch Bluey?
I have a lot of friends with very young children. And going over and having a drink with my friend Jess means watching at least an hour of Bluey. Well, until her son gets sleepy.
Bluey. I have to look this up.
Yeah.
I have no clue.
It's on Netflix, I think.
I think it's like
Disney
Australian or
Plus.
something like that.
Yeah, it's an
not-
Australian thing.
Yeah, it's not even American or anything like that.
This?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Bluey. Except that it's not. That's not Bluey. I don't think. I don't think the main character's actually called Bluey.
No, the little puppy is Bluey, and then his sister is Bingo, and then the other characters are mom and dad.
Apparently, the season finale was a tearjerker.
Yeah, I think someone told me that there was one about like infertility, and I was like, what?
Oh, wow. So
this-
woke.
Yeah, they're going hard on Bluey, guys.
Okay.
I bet you somebody who's like home being like, finally, people are talking about the topic that matters. How Bluey is kind of for adults sometimes.
Okay, this is bringing in a lot of text. Okay, fun fact. Quentin Tarantino loves Peppa Pig. Did not know that.
Okay.
Corey B says, Yo Gabba Gabba was my favorite show to watch with my daughter.
That's a good one.
Sentimental value there. This text out of Toronto. Oh, no, this is out of Calgary. I hated Caillou too. He was French. That didn't help. LOL. Great text. Dave in Section T says, I'm so grateful I grew up on Jim Henson.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yo,
Mr.
Gabba.
Dress Up, big comfy couch.
Yeah.
Long live.
They have in the CBC building in Toronto, they have the tree from Mr. Dress Up for you to just go like touch.
That's cool. I loved Mr. Dress Up.
I loved it so much.
I watched
Simon.
it was the Netflix or Amazon Prime documentary on him.
With Tom Hanks, that one?
No, that was
was
Mr.
Mr.
Rogers.
Rogers.
Oh, okay.
But
okay.
This is, I think
Yeah.
it was Amazon Prime.
Yeah,
they did
Mr.
it.
Dress Up and Mr. Rogers were friends. And like Mr. Rogers
should
helped
be.
Mr. Dress Up.
Yeah.
That just is so wholesome.
It would be so weird if they hated each other.
Oh, the
two
Canadian
nicest men
American beef of the two nice guys on TV.
Mr. Dress Up was American.
But like the Canadian television show.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
right?
okay,
Like
okay.
he was Mr. Rogers for Canada.
Yeah.
In that
Yeah.
sense. Like
Yeah.
we still got Mr. Rogers, but we watched Mr. Dress Up. It was but if they had like huge beef,
Yeah, that would be very funny if
It-
they
it
had
got-
hated each other.
it'd
Very
also be
dusty in
sad.
my-
Yeah, it would maybe.
But it'd be both. It'd be mixed emotions fully.
Yeah.
What a documentary that would be.
Yeah.
The true hate that they had of each other, and
But I'm glad that they were actually just friends. That's nice.
Yeah.
It's very rarely that you're like, oh, that's nice. The world is okay.
I might have
was okay.
felt dusty in my eyes during that documentary and might have had to wipe them. But I'm okay.
There's nothing wrong with that.
It just got dusty, okay? It was windy that day. I had my windows open.
What was the big one? Actually, just Blue's Clues. Steve from Blues, like he popped up out of nowhere in the pandemic to
Yeah.
like just
Oh,
calm down
yeah.
our entire generation.
That's right.
It was
so
just so
weird.
kind.
He's so kind.
Yeah.
He rocked those
mean-
kahaki pants.
I apologize for him, Alice. I know.
For me,
For your kahaki, whatever you said, their
it was
pants.
deliberate.
I mean, it made me go for a second. I'm like, oh my God, have I been saying khaki wrong my entire life? Am I so dumb? I've just had one too many times that my bell has been rung that sometimes I'm like, maybe I don't know how to pronounce a word. Like, it's very easy to convince me that things I know I don't know at this point.
Tell me about it. By the way, it's khakis.
No, really? Duh.
I'm not going into this one because we can get into pasta or pasta.
It's pasta. Oh my God.
I'm scared to answer this now.
What is your first instinct?
Pasta?
No,
Pasta.
that's the very Americanized
Yeah.
from the Italian would be
They're
pasta.
It's Canadian. We do the eh.
Yeah, that's
Pasta.
yeah, those
Pasta.
nasally vowels are very prairie. I know this because I get in trouble all the time that I still have some.
Cabo or Cabo? Cabo or Cabo?
It's Cabo.
Cabo, yeah.
Okay.
One time I accidentally said Cabo, and my buddies, American guys, were like, "What is wrong with you?" Like,
Well, we're from Canada. You're American. What's wrong with you?
yeah,
Yeah.
Z, not Z.
Well, they're always like, ha ha ha, you said sorry. I'm like, yeah, you say sorry. There's no A in that word. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Grow up.
Thank you.
So you grew up in Red Deer?
Red Deer and St. Albert, yeah.
Red Deer and St. Albert.
Yeah, and then I moved to the suburbs of Toronto when I was a teenager. So just the right time to get called Alberta all through high school.
Alberta? I never heard of
Yeah,
that.
that was a fun one.
Where in the suburbs?
Oh, so okay.
Brampton?
No, Oakville. Which, if you
Oakville.
don't know, Oakville's like the bougie suburb of like everyone's like new money and trying to pretend they're fancy. So to come
So
from like,
St. Albert.
Hey, you watch about St. Albert.
Hey,
I
I
mean,
like St. Albert.
Sure, but that sounds very St. Albert.
no, but this was something I had never experienced before. So like to move from Red Deer to there, I was like, oh, I don't know how to talk to anyone in my grade. Like I had a really weird time the first couple of years I lived in Ontario because I just didn't have anything to talk to any kid about.
So you were an Oilers fan, like you took that to Ontario with
and
you?
what a miserable thing to do with your life. Like truly, that's what ended up happening is I got really into watching the Jays lose for a long time because at least I was like, Jays games were like $2, so you could just go watch like Roy Halladay being iconic, and that was very great because it was just like trying to get. Like watch the Oilers on a school night when the game starts at like 11 p.m. Like miserable.
Absolutely.
Miserable shit.
Your mom and dad are then Oilers fans too, or do they root for the Leafs?
My parents they root for both.
That's
which
okay though,
I think
because
is
it's the whole
gross.
East-West thing.
I don't like it.
It depends when you start cheering for the Leafs. Were the Oilers in the league when they started cheering for the Leafs?
No.
Then that makes sense
Yeah.
to me because there's like if you're starting with Leafs and then the team comes near you, you don't just drop your fandom
Yeah.
like that.
But when they
you
moved
want to cheer
here,
for the team close.
But when
to you.
they moved here, they were like, "Oh, we don't need to be Leafs fans anymore. Now we live in Edmonton. It's way better to be Edmonton Oilers fans."
Oh, okay,
that's what they did. But then they moved back, and they're like, "Okay, I guess we're kind of gonna straddle this line."
Okay, I could live with that. I could live with that one.
I really because like Cujo had just moved to the Leafs, so I was like, "Oh, maybe I can try," but every time I talked to Lisa, and I got mad immediately, and I was like, "I can't talk to you. Hey, you guys, shut up, go away, leave me alone." And it was too miserable.
Jake from Ontario chimes in.
Oh, Jake's
Jake.
been.
Arthur was great, and I went to high school with one of the kids who voiced him. Also, I was born in Oakville, but my family moved to Brantford because Oakville sucks.
It does suck.
Oh, why?
That's from
Is that
Jake
much to
from
do, or-
Ontario.
No, it's just there's nothing to do.
Yeah.
It's very boring. Yeah, there's a reason I got into improv because it's in Oakville. What else are you gonna do?
Good point, I guess.
Like, what are you gonna do? Like, and everything is so spread out. Until you have a car, you can't do anything. There's nowhere you can go. It's like an hour walk to anything.
How far is it from Toronto?
You can get on the GO train and you can
Yeah.
be in the city in like 45 minutes.
Okay.
That's not bad.
That's not so bad.
This is another reference to the past. Stamp Hater says, Today's Special is still the king of kids shows. Do you guys remember Today's Special?
Very vaguely.
They were in the mall, and the mannequin came alive. And then there's Sam Crenshaw, the security guard that was like a puppet. And
Nope.
yeah, I remember
I
that
vaguely remember this, but it's also that show has blended into so many of like the weird Canadian PSAs from the time.
Remember? Do you remember?
Oh, okay, yeah. This
That
is now
that
like
is such a good time.
deep
Great
unlocked.
reference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deep within the brain.
Yeah. I remember watching Today's Special. I'm like, this is wild.
Whoa.
Yeah. He's a mannequin. He's alive.
He's alive.
Whoa.
I never thought of that show since I was a kid.
Great reference.
Right? I used to watch the Elephant Show. That was my go-to as a kid.
Great show, too.
Like,
The Squeaky and Rinky Dinky.
oh,
Sharon Lois and Brown.
Yeah, that's right.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about Babar.
That's
Yeah,
what I
I
was
liked
thinking of.
Babar too. I had an obsession with
Babar,
elephants.
king of the elephants.
And then Retaxas, is that the bad guy? Remember the rhino?
Oh, yeah.
Good, yeah.
You know
I don't
what?
remember what was going on in that show.
No, it was very regal.
Was it? Yeah, I was like, was it just like monarchy politics?
Pretty much. You know what show I hated and
Politics.
people love? Raccoons. I couldn't stand it.
Oh, okay, but the Raccoons has
a good
a
show.
closing song that is one of the most banger songs that's ever gone.
I'm not denying that, but the show itself would always bother me. I'd get annoyed.
I
don't
didn't know
why.
those guys were aardvarks, those pink things.
Yeah.
Not to be indelicate, I just thought they were some sort of genitalia face monster.
Yo, exactly.
Like,
Hello.
yeah.
that's when someone was like, "That's an aardvark," I was like, "Shut up! You can't say that's an aardvark. That's
is
so
not an aardvark.
illegal."
Yeah.
My mom just texted me randomly. I think she watched that clip that you posted. By the way, Benny, you're doing an awesome job.
Thank
You gotta
you.
teach me, man.
Thank
You're
you.
too good.
No worries.
She texted me literally right now saying, Bouchard is worth over 10 million. He's the best defenseman. Thanks, Mom. Like, we got her nowhere. Sorry.
I like how your mom's getting involved now. Eva Gazzola has fallen by the wayside.
Okay.
Eva Jesus. I'm still here, Tommy. No, it's Jazzy's mom now.
And I wish I could do an accent. Bouchard's birthday. I'm not even gonna do it, but she doesn't
Sounds
even have
like
an,
my mom.
She doesn't have an accent though. I wish
Oh.
I could.
I wish my dad is an immigrant, but he doesn't have his accent anymore, and he literally can't do a Scottish accent without it being like kind of vaguely offensive.
Exactly. I didn't want to be offensive either, right?
Yeah, but you guys are allowed to be offensive.
But like, it's like kind of a bummer because it'd be way more fun if my dad had a Scottish accent.
That is a hard accent to do.
It's
Yeah. Can you do it?
I can't do accents.
hang on.
Try.
You're the actress.
Yeah, you're improv.
Alright, so I have a key and phrase for it, and it's my daily phrase, German podcast 13 today on our program. Okay, yeah. So I was
there it
listening
is.
to
Whoa.
Unreal.
So I was listening to a podcast that taught you German, but it was a woman with a Scottish accent. And at one point I was speaking German to someone and she was like, "Why do you have a Scottish accent when you speak German? That's so messed up."
Makes a lot of sense.
I stopped learning German. I was like, this is a waste of
I love the German language because it's so harsh for the kindest
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But that's one of the few accents I can't do, like Irish for some reason. And I can't understand South African. Period. Like
That's
I
a tricky
theoretically,
one.
well, because it's like Australian, but it's also like more like a Dutch nasally thing, and for some reason, my brain can't make that one happen. But like, there's lots of accents I feel okay with, but not those.
My
two.
first encounter with Afrikaans was a burlesque dancer from Vegas. Mika. I named my car after her.
Not surprised.
Yeah, she's lovely. And then she's like, "Yeah, I'm from South Africa." I was like, and that was a really different accent.
I mean, I was at District 9. I didn't understand anything anyone was saying the whole movie. I was like, I need subtitles.
Yo,
I
me
feel like an
too.
idiot. I have no
Same.
idea.
It was tricky.
The British
Yeah.
accents and stuff, I need a subtitle too.
Yeah, like they just
Yeah.
have they have an
Oh, I love
accent
British
that
accents.
I can't understand.
What
You're right, legit.
What about Peaky Blinders? Like, it took
Yeah.
me a while to catch on.
Oh,
but-
that it's about.
They have a
family that
real
sounds like
hard
that.
accent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like.
Peaky Blinders are never gonna take that. Yeah.
Why order the Peaky Blinders? I love that
Very
show.
good.
Great
Yeah.
show.
I got a story for you quickly. So I told Reed this story. He read it on his show. And so when we were in high school, we would get our friend, like each other to call in to skip class. And my mom doesn't have an accent, right? So we'd literally call and like do the accent, and they'd believe you because if they didn't, that's racist, right? So, yeah, so I'd be like, Jasmine can't come to school today because she's sick. And then my mom went into school one day, and they're like, Mrs. Sidhu, and they're like, "Are you sure it's you?" And then we all got busted.
That's so funny. One of my little brother's friends has told me, and my little brother Tommy has never confirmed that this happened. But when I was 19, I cut my hair short, and when I got my ID, I got a headband on, and my brother's friend told me that my brother stole the headband from me, and then would go to the liquor store and pop it on, and
use
then
your ID?
and use my ID.
Holy.
Because you'd have to have nerves of steel to say, "I don't think you're a girl. I think you're a boy in a dress wearing a headband."
That's ballsy.
All right, he should just come clean to that one.
But also,
'Cause that's well done.
But also, I would have bought him beer. So I don't, like, everything about this story is so weird. Like, you didn't have to do this.
I could have just helped you out.
Yeah,
Did
like,
he get it?
yeah, apparently they said it worked on several occasions. And I was like, because I remember I was like, I lost that headband and I couldn't figure it out. And I was like, that's so funny if that's what you guys actually did, is you were like, if we have the headband from the ID, there's no way anyone's going to have the balls to say, because my brother and I look pretty similar.
That's
What's the age
that's
gap?
dark arts.
He's 2 years younger than me.
Okay, so
Wow.
that's
Yeah, that's
that is because that is a bold one to
kinda
be that
respect that.
clerk and have to be like,
You'd have to be so.
this isn't your ID,
You'd be like,
and then it is me, and then it's like, well, you're a male, and this is female.
So what was described to me is like the person looked at it, looked at my brother, looked down and went, "Alice," and my brother Tommy goes, "Yeah." Like, you gotta be so sure.
Committed to that bit.
Like, what are you gonna do?
So good. So good.
But also, I feel if I was looking at the liquor store and that happened, I'd be like, whatever. This kid earned it. This kid's earned it today.
This one's not worth the hassle of me possibly going, no.
Have a great day, Alice. Enjoy your flat.
Please go to another liquor store next time you
Never
need your
come back,
booze.
please.
This is the EST Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage. Canada Storage experts, more than 2 decades helping Canadians through life transitions. Canadian storage provider. Be sure to buy Canadian. Find a convenient location nearest you by checking them out. Sentinel.ca. Alice, Moran, Jasmine, Tommy, Benny, Matt with you here on the Hangout on Edmonton Sports Talk. Coming up at 11, we got the Lock Shop, myself and Huss. Oil Stream today. EST afternoons, Reed Wilkins show, and then GCLT's Oil Stream pregame show. Canadian Ice House tomorrow.
Canadian Ice House
as
tomorrow.
it is Game 5, Oilers Panthers. So that'll be a 5 o'clock, 4:30.
4:30. We're doing an hour and a half.
Yes.
Want to stop by? Up on the pregame show?
I think I'm doing stuff with my mom tomorrow.
I'll buy you
before the game.
drinks.
Tommy's tab.
I can't
Tommy's
drink.
tab.
I can't think I can drink for the rest of this run. I've just gone too hard. I've gone too hard, guys.
Girl, it's only
There's only
6 more days.
Well, there's only 3 more games.
I know,
Like
but
at this point, we're really gonna throw in the towel.
look, I've done some things.
But it's for the cup.
I know, this is the
For the
thing.
cup.
You're like, I'm getting
cup.
really messy, but I'm like, but I'm not getting messy for a Stanley Cup final. But for a normal human, this is too messy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I
Well-
think a lot of Oilers fans are in that same boat.
Yeah, where you're all like,
Yeah.
oh,
So you're all in
I'm-
this together.
You're in I gotta ask Justin if I'm allowed to go.
Check in with Justin.
Just
We'll be at the Ice House, so stop by.
Sick.
We'll
Love
put it
it.
on hashtag Tommy's tab. There's t-shirts of Tommy's tab now.
Hello Hockey tomorrow at 10 o'clock as well on the VIP Golf Show. Sunday at 8 a.m.
We've got Pagnotta and Jesse Kirschenbaum from B Clutch tomorrow
Perfect.
on Hello Hockey.
Also, I don't know. We have a listener, Big Ukes, out golfing. Do you have
Yeah.
that photo up there?
Yep.
He looks adorable.
Well, this is where he's listening to the
Look.
Hangout today.
Oh,
Just
look,
right in the
he's
middle of the
so
mountains.
Adorable. Look at the background.
You got his
Gorgeous.
EST
beautiful.
hat on.
Yeah.
Big Uke, thanks for tuning into the Hangout with your orange and blue EST hat. As I've stole this from Tommy years ago. Keep them straight, no 3 putts.
I'm gonna be getting ready for Game 5 like all day tomorrow because I think I'm gonna wear that dress I made out of hockey cards, which takes
Oh
forever
my
to get into.
goodness.
And then you did was it bedazzle?
I bedazzled
Okay.
the jersey too.
Yeah.
Tommy showed me the picture of you with that. Unreal.
Yeah, you can do it. You just get really high on glue. Like
Nice.
really messed up on glue doing it.
How
It's
long-
super easy.
How long did it take you?
6 hours.
Yeah, it looked like it.
Honestly, I did it
beautiful.
over 2 games, and the 2 games I was watching were both of the home games that the Leafs got blown apart. It was just me sitting there being like, oh, that's bad. Just keep doing this though. Like, just needed something like kind of interesting to do while I was
kind
bedazzling.
of interesting.
Yeah, the bedazzling was easy. The figuring out how to make a dress out of hockey cards was a feat.
Where did these ideas? Because I saw, and you like documented
Yeah.
both, right?
Yeah.
Because I remember like clicking on your stories.
Well, I was like, because as I was working on it, people kept messaging me, being like, how are you going to do this? How do you do this? How do you do this? I'm like, okay, I guess I got to make a full video about how I'm doing it because I don't want to answer these questions anymore.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
But that's becoming a thing now, like getting the sparkles on jerseys.
I mean, I feel like everyone, like, if you're gonna spend this kind of money on a game, you want to go out and look like you went out, right? You want to serve.
Yeah, and you serve.
Yeah, like
She's
I just
right.
like you know, if our team is what we think it is, and we're going to be coming back here, if we're going to be having deep playoff runs, you need some good fits.
Thank you. Goodness gracious. Where have you been?
Did you not? Going through your Instagram yesterday, talking about the bedazzled jersey and the hockey card dress. You did another jersey into dress thing too,
Yeah,
right?
I learned to sew, and I started honestly making jerseys very slutty.
I didn't say that, but
No, but like I'll say it. I know what I'm doing.
Yo, I was just going to
I
tell you,
know
I'm
what I
DMing
did.
you after this, okay?
Well, no, like, I actually think it's kind of wild that they don't sell more jerseys like cut for ladies' bodies.
Okay, we talked about this yesterday.
yes,
You're right.
Jasmine was talking about that
Like,
yesterday.
I would immediately like buy one if they're like it's fitted in a nice way and it's got like a little slit. Like,
That's right. It's like more of a dress or
Yeah.
not like all boxy and butchy.
yeah.
Maybe Lauren will create that line.
Yeah, and
Because
like,
she's created that one
Yeah,
line.
Yeah.
and like all the stuff she's made is sick. I'm into it, but I've been making a lot of slutty fits for years now.
slutty or just feminine, like
No,
women just, okay.
it's not just
Hang
feminine.
on, let's verify.
I
wanna
know
be
what I'm
sexy
doing.
sometimes, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but also like sometimes you have like an old like T-shirt from like 1996 that's got like a stain on it. You're like, what am I gonna do? I'm like, well, if I cut this and I sew this, and then it's a new thing.
You should do your line. I would buy it.
Someone was like, you should sell these hockey card dresses. And I was like, they took so long that I'd rather kill myself than ever do this ever again for the rest of my life.
Where did I see it?
Which one?
Are you doing the reveal for the hockey?
dress.
The hockey
The old
Oh, it
jersey.
was just up on the screen.
Benny's
'cause I
getting
saw
on
your
the
bedazzled
screen.
jersey. I got
Hopefully,
No, I actually made the hockey card dress
bedazzled
first.
jersey as
Oh.
well as the hockey card dress.
There we go.
So hopefully we'll get that on the screen right away.
And that's a wig. People are going to be like, your hair doesn't look like that. If you're going to do pictures, just get a wig.
Okay.
Treat yourself to a wig.
All right.
I don't care anymore. I'm not going to do my hair to take a photo.
All right.
I have that problem all the time.
Just get a wig.
all the problem.
But they have great hair. These two have
It's
great
like,
hair.
my hair's bad all the
thank you.
time. I just get a wig. I don't care.
Yeah, I saw that. the
Oh,
other day.
yeah.
Yeah.
Made this into a slutty jersey.
Oh, so
Look,
that
it's
was
an
the
old
late
one.
'90s jersey.
90s
I love
jersey.
those jerseys.
Yeah, that one also had like I had to take it in because like there was blood on it.
That is unreal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I did get there was like I had to
a
because
lot of
on the
leg
side there
there.
was like old dried blood. It was like I don't remember what this is from.
I mean, that's the part of, that's the jersey. Beer, nachos,
Yeah.
blood, whatever.
So you learn to sew.
yeah.
Just learn to sew. Treat yourself.
Also, what
I'm
was
very
this?
That's me, Black Widow for Halloween. And
Oh.
the one below that is Cam from Oilers Nation as Thor.
Oh, I know Cam.
Yeah, that's Cam as Thor.
Yeah.
That is cool.
I love Halloween. I go too hard at Halloween every year.
Yeah.
This is you at Halloween? Or is
That's
it-
my friend
that's
Shannon.
your friend.
That's one of my hottest friends.
We did a Halloween show.
Ooh, what were you?
I was Catwoman.
That's a
so
good one.
I love being superheroes. So it's sick
yeah.
that you're Black Widow.
What was I last year? Oh, I was Miss Bellum from the Powerpuff Girls, the woman who you only ever see from the neck down.
Okay.
So I wouldn't let people photograph my head. All night.
Oh, that's fun. I love when women wear hilarious costumes.
I was like, yeah, this costume truly only makes sense if you frame it right, but I don't care. Just like during the pandemic, my friends and I did a Halloween party on Zoom, and everyone had to be an album cover. And
Which
it was
one were
really
you?
fun. I was Enema of the State.
Is that the one with the glove?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But like everyone like made the Zoom backgrounds, and then like I was the only one who did. Everyone else was like Simon and Garfunkel. I was like, well, I'm alone, so
This one's from Chris Sadaway. He says, who does Alice think scores for the Oilers Saturday? Building a parlay, and I need a lean. Let's go, Alice.
I feel like I'm historically cursed. Every time someone says who's going to score, that player doesn't score.
So please
So
don't say Connor
I'm
or
going to make
Leon.
a pick, and that person is not going to score. So let's go with. I want to believe Nuji's going to score, which means that Nuji's not going to score.
So don't take Nuge in your parlay.
That's not bad
Chris.
though. I mean, he-
No, I just
Scored
like I
nice
just
goals.
He gave
know
the momentum
if
yesterday,
I
right?
believe a player is going to score, they're not going to score.
Nuge scoring is plus 264 in Play Alberta. Vander Kane's plus 425. Kapanen plus 495. Jeff Skinner plus 557.
I believe
Little
I
sprinkle.
actually truly believe in my heart that Corey Perry is going to score tomorrow night.
Yeah, that's
He seems to
That's
have the
reasonable.
fire of someone who's like, this is the last dance.
for sure.
Like,
He says he wants to come back next year.
oh, I'd love that for him. But
I love that. For him.
yeah.
Did you see that he did the speech in the first period there and got everybody riled up? Like,
That's what I heard. Apparently, it was like not as crazy as the McDavid scream last year, but pretty damn close. Apparently, after the first period. So
when a veteran is
Worked.
screaming at you,
no.
or not even screaming, but yelling at you, telling you things,
No.
that's where you get that vet experience from Corey. What a great signing.
I want to get to over under for Play Alberta. The promo codes for the month of June: EST Casino. When you deposit 20 or more to get a $50 casino bonus. EST Sports. When you deposit 50 or more, you get or 20 or more, you get a $50 free sports bet. Or YEG 50 when you deposit 5 or more for a free sports bet as well. If I had to put the over under at 50%, well, I'm just going to put it at 50%. Stuart Skinner starts tomorrow. Over or under.
Under.
Really? Tommy's been right. You told me yesterday like they're going to put Pickard in. Said I would have to copy Tommy on this one.
Pickard plays tomorrow.
I would think so too.
Pickard?
Yeah.
So is there a chance that the Oilers win the Cup with Skinner or not?
There is a chance.
What, they lose one of these games and they go back to
lose game
Skinner
5
and then
with
they
Pickard,
go.
and then they go back to Skinner game 6.
If they win game 5 with Pickard, lose game 6 with Pickard, you go to Skinner.
Oh. Maddie.
Depends how bad the loss is.
Stressful.
That's a good point.
I don't want to think about bad things. I'm having a nice
Fair.
day.
Kate, so
Why are
Pickard's
your
winning the
vibes
Stanley
so
Cup.
cursed? Why are you cursing
So
us?
it's over. Pickard is going to go
Don't
win the
believe in it.
Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
If that happens, if the Oilers win Game 5 and lose Game 6, and like Pickard starts both, and like he has a questionable Game 6, and you go into
You're
Game
going to
7,
Skinner then for that
Yeah.
one.
You'd think, but then like if the Oilers lose Game 7, everyone's going to be talking about how the Oilers should have stick with Pickard. Like,
If you're Chris Knobloch, you can't do it. Think about what people are going to say afterwards.
I know. I'm
That's
just
the big thing.
thinking.
He's also a
selfishly
coach.
from being
Yeah.
here. Like, oh god.
He doesn't care what people think. He just makes his moves and he
Yep.
does things.
Yep.
And
That's fair.
And that's the only way you can do it. You can't, if you're playing politics and trying to coach, like, you're never going to make the right choice.
and that's what Jay Woodcroft did
Yep.
a number of years ago. I think a lot of people would argue. And he still hasn't become a head coach.
This is true.
Even like trade deadline, everybody was like yelling at the Oilers and stuff, right? And like now look, they knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. I don't know. This is it's kind of on topic, kind of not. We don't blame Stu Skinner for what happened in the first
Oh,
period
no.
yesterday,
No.
No, not
That's
a
a
chance.
pull just because you're down 3-0.
Like the
That's not a
Exeter's-
pull
Yeah.
because he's not playing well. That's a pull because the team was crap.
I didn't catch the post game last night.
Yeah.
People defended him.
Okay.
It was
okay,
a pleasant
good,
surprise. It was
good,
refreshing.
Good. Because that could have easily been 5 or 6-0.
Yes.
First period.
Yeah.
Yeah, the panelists were even calling him excellent in the first.
They needed.
I
to
mean,
do
like,
something.
look, he was like on the PK the entire time. Like, he
exactly 2 goals.
was 17 or 18
Taking
shots in the
penalties.
first period.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
when was he not getting shelled?
Yep.
I think he's. It's so weird because I feel like goalies at that level, they're all very, very good goalies, but they're also like their main person they're playing is something in their brain because there's like to not second guess
Bags on you.
themselves.
Well, no, there's one thing I saw from Skinner yesterday that I'm very intrigued with is that in Edmonton, before the game, when they come on the ice and they're waiting for the anthem and all that stuff, his helmet's on.
Yeah.
And yesterday I saw his helmet off.
Oh.
And maybe I'm seeing it at the wrong time, but I don't know if he was doing something a little different in his setup or something, and it's different from home to away. This is a small thing I noticed.
Alice said something there that former goalie that played WHL went into San Jose Sharks camp, Joe Stevenson. I worked with him last week. He said the exact same thing. He's like, when you get to that level, everybody's really good. It's just how you handle it between your ears.
Yeah, and I just feel like goalies are the most susceptible to like the hockey version of the yips, where they're just something in their brain is just like making them second guess everything. It's getting in the way of them like just being able to just do the thing.
Well, when a goalie makes a mistake, it's in the back of the net. When another player on the ice makes a mistake, there's a lot of things that can happen
like it-
between
you
that
wear-
mistake and what happens
Yeah,
next.
a goalie ultimately has to wear every mistake of every player.
True.
Yes.
Like they're like for all intents and purposes, a goalie has to do the emotional labor of the entire team to a large extent.
And I don't know between the goalies, and I'll throw soccer in this one too, just goalie. I don't know if there's another position like that in sports. Like a QB doesn't have to wear the mistakes of his offensive line always or his running back.
No,
I mean, the
but he
running
gets a
back grabs the
concussion.
ball and fumbles. You know, we don't look at the Patrick Mahomes screwed up there. Darnell Nurse makes a mistake, goes in the back of that. Stuart Skinner, why can't he stop that?
Yeah.
Like the goalie is the very unique position where I don't know if there's another one like it in
A
sports.
pitcher, maybe.
But you don't play offense.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you pitch like 1-0, you know, you give up one run and your offense does nothing, everyone goes, why didn't you get a home run?
Yeah, I feel like NHL goalies have to play this mental game that's so hard that I don't think any one of us could understand. Like truly that kind of pressure. Like I don't.
98% of them are weirdos.
What did Ilya Bryzgalov say? No, the
why you have to
defenders
be
were the
mad?
crazy one. That was never mind.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Oh, he said many things. He was
Yeah.
a different cat. Yeah.
I was gonna say.
You said soccer. Harry Kane was there, by the way.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because it's the Club World Cup coming up. Or is it Kerry Kane? Yeah, Kerry Kane should be in that. No one cares about the Club World Cup. I won't even get into it.
Okay,
So
we-
was T Swift and Travis Kelce, and was anyone else there?
They have a
Was that
home
it?
there
Who?
together. Taylor Swift and Kelsey.
Yeah, they're gonna get married soon. It'll be a TV wedding.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You know it will be.
Kelsey, go retire. Okay.
He's not far off from that.
That's true.
Sorry,
He's slipping in
I'm
play.
like an anti-Swift because of like how much it's pumped in your face person.
Oh, I don't mind her. I don't have any strong feelings either way about Taylor Swift. Like I know people who are diehard for and against. I'm like, I have
They only showed her 3 times. I counted.
Neutral party.
Yeah.
You also did try to get tickets to her show in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Okay,
and
wait.
out of-
That's a different story. Yeah.
Did you think there were going to be Canucks on stage?
Oh, this is so
I'll
good.
just eat it. I eat it because
Sorry.
I like it.
Sorry.
But I like savagery.
I
Bring it.
love jumping on. I know that if I don't jump on the bully train, then I'll end up being bullied. So I have to be the meanest one here to not be. So everyone says
Fantastic.
to
Keep
me.
the spotlight on that one thing so it doesn't move somewhere
Ah,
else.
good one.
I'm a classic coward.
You're winning everyone over as usual. This text says Alice's slutty jersey line. They can sell them at the Oilers store. LOL.
I mean, I feel like they would do bank. Because every time I've worn out like one of my outfits, another girl has been like, "Where'd you get that?" And I'm like, "I made it." And she's like, "How?" And I'm like, "You can do this. You can learn to sew so easy. It's not hard."
Let's replace the slutty with sexy. How about that?
I mean,
She's the creator of this. Let her.
Let her. This is hers.
I feel like I'm taking the word back
Okay.
because I don't see anything wrong with any part of that word, and so I'm like, "No, you can describe me as that."
You know what? I haven't heard that word in a long time.
I'm a woman
It's
who
kinda
likes to
refreshing.
get it. I don't care if anyone knows that. That's just factual fact.
I respect this.
You know who else was really slutty yesterday? The refs. Okay.
Who was?
The refs.
Oh. I didn't hear. I honestly didn't hear what that was.
Sure.
Because she was just
I was
very.
waiting for a random call out on someone.
I would disagree. I would say that the refs were committed to the Florida Panthers.
Oh my god.
The refs were trying to put a ring on it.
I guess so. Back-to-back games. It's commitment. Yeah. But they were, and I know we're not going to talk about reffing here. You don't take silly penalties. And the whole stick down thing, I understand. Like, come on, Kane. But the refs were really bad again. Two missed
never
calls, high
good.
sticks, be consistent, baby. Come
Yeah,
on.
they missed some high sticks and some
Yeah.
calls the one way. The other penalties were penalties.
They were
That's
penalties.
the other
penalties
side
were
to that.
fair. It's
Like
hard.
they were there. Like
It's
the
hard
echo
to-
stick came up. Like yeah, it's a call, but you have to call it both ways on that.
Yeah, they really
Although
just seemed to not see anything that we were seeing, and I
They see
questioned. I mean, I feel like at some point somebody got checked into a ref, and the ref was like, "Didn't see it."
although we're power
Don't know
play
how that happens.
opportunities.
Right, yeah.
Edmonton was 2 for 4 on the kill and 1 for 4.
Both
on
teams
the
had
power
4
play.
power play opportunities.
Yeah.
So in the NHL's mind,
Yeah, but the
It
first
was
period
equal.
is when it was jobbed.
but it was equal. That's what the NHL will look back on.
Yeah.
It was game management. Both teams got a fair amount of power plays.
And those power plays like did swing the games for both sides. Like the power plays kickstarted Florida's run there, and then it was the power play for Edmonton in the second period that really swung things. Like even when they didn't score after the first power play attempt they had, like it just kept momentum on that side. So
Totally.
I guess it evened out.
Speaking of the power play goal, Chris Sadaway follows up with, "That sounded like Nuge. Thanks, Alice."
What did you guys think about the ice? Seems like the players were flopping again and falling a bit there. I felt like
It's so humid. I mean, they
so
There's
tried
nothing
to-
you could do.
yeah, but
There's
there was an
literally
ice
nothing you
issue.
do.
Yeah, it does
Yeah.
seem like sometimes like the puck isn't. They're shocked at where the puck went. They're like, "That's not
to
not
go
how
there."
ice physics work."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an issue in Edmonton when it gets really hot. Like when we get to like tomorrow, it's still supposed to be a little rainy and stuff.
They have
but it's
deep-
not going to be like 30 some degrees. But when it gets 30 some, like we saw at the World Juniors,
Yeah.
they have to like pump in that AC.
Turn it
But
into a freezer.
it's not great ice, so it's like there's only so much you could do. That's why maybe the Stanley Cup should be awarded before June 1.
They have dehumidifiers in the building here that they brought in because usually they pump mist and humidity in when it gets dry during the regular season. And then, I mean, it's to the point now where it's warm enough that they're pumping the humidity out. And then in Florida, I mean, what is it, like
It's-
35 and humid and sticky there?
I remember like it was so cold in that arena though on game 7. I was okay because I was like fired up, but my best friend San, she was freezing. And jerseys make you hot too, right?
Yeah.
It's like nipple sweat inducing hot down there. Jack Michaels suffers from that. I witnessed it firsthand.
Now, when Jack Michaels was calling a game, you could think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Please
exactly.
do. Please
yeah,
do.
this has really changed my life in a way I'm not excited about.
Pickard is
Science.
7-0 in the playoffs. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
That's a crazy stat.
And
a
Stu
hot
Skinner
hand.
still hasn't lost in game 4.
Yeah.
Ma-
Good point.
miraculously.
That's such a good point. Poor Stu.
No decision.
Stu needs to trim his beard, by the way. It's too puffy.
You can't touch that.
You
playoffs.
guys,
It's
they all
playoffs.
are doing. They're all like keeping it kept though.
You have to do it to the. It's whatever superstition you go with. You stick with it.
Do you know
No
who
such
is
thing.
completely clean shaven right now? Darnell Nurse.
Yes, he is.
Clean shaven. I was listening to 32 Thoughts this morning. And Elliot said he asked Darnell about it, and Darnell said he felt like he didn't like his playoff run last year, so he wanted to switch something up.
Interesting.
Kept it clean shaven. So
Jeffy texted in and says they missed the charge / hit from behind / boarding / hit to the head on Bouchard. That was inexcusable, just brutal. I agree.
Yeah.
That's right. And then they got a penalty. Like then.
Yeah, the Oilers won.
Yeah, I mean, like, it
Oilers
sucked.
won.
It's annoying. Hopefully, we get some of those calls back, is all I can hope.
It won't.
I know.
It won't happen that way. Oiler fans are going to be upset in games 5, 6, and/or 7 about some of the calls. You just hope that the Oilers will win.
Did you
Yeah.
forget- so when Nurse scored, they missed a call, and then Stetcher, he like tapped the.
Skinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was
yeah,
funny.
straight Skinner,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Skinner.
He's like,
Tucked
he's like, good job.
Kulikov's stick right into his armpit. Held on to it. That was pretty funny. Probably should have been a call though.
VR, I think it was you. He was on Play Alberta. He put $15 down, I believe, when they were down 3, and he won $157.
Nice.
When Benny and I were talking about on the Lock Shop last week, I honestly believe if the Oilers are down going to third period, but like I guess in the point when they're down, they're an easy money play.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
You're gonna have plus money on that one,
Totally.
and there's a good chance they're gonna come back and get it.
My theory is kind of wrong. That like we talked about like what's the cap of like what you would like say like the Oilers can't come back from this, and I said down 3 heading into a third period.
But they weren't down 3 heading into the
They were
third.
down third. I guess they were down 3 heading into the second, but they scored 3 goals in
Yeah.
that period. So like they're capable of. I guess like third period, so it's played.
It'd be a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't have liked the Oilers' chance as much.
Yeah.
Down 3 against a Panthers team going into the third,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
you give them
at
40
home,
minutes to come back from that.
Yeah.
One. Like they just know how to go and chip away at it, and we saw it against the LA Kings in Game 1. That I think set this team off right off the bat, knowing this is no matter what we're down, we can get into.
They're never more dangerous than when they're down 2 goals.
Yeah.
Totally back
God.
against
Isn't
the
that
wall,
crazy?
always.
Or just when their season's on the line.
Yeah, and they're never softer than when they're up 3 goals. Like they're just a team that you're like, they're a real Jekyll and Hyde, and they really want.
They just want to make it difficult.
Conspiracy theory. The Oilers are like in cahoots with like whoever makes like heart attack meditation. They're on big cardiology's payroll.
Yo, I like it.
It's that, or they're just
Wow.
so bored that they just want to see
Wow.
how they can do this. Like,
Yeah.
what's the level of deficit we can do and come back from?
Yeah.
They just want to try themselves each game and be like, how far can we take this one today?
So I screenwrite for a living. The Edmonton Oilers are a narratively sound hockey team. Like every game has like a very good narrative arc. Like if you wrote last night's game into a movie, that'd be a decent movie. Like there's this dark night of the soul, then it gets good, and then the bad guys have closed in again, and then they win. Like that's a perfect sports movie last night of a game. Like they narratively, and then when they lose in a perfect like narrative, like riches to rags arc. Like they just keep doing it.
And then you get a sequel
Yeah, exactly.
out of it, right?
Yeah, you get Rocky 2.
Yeah, I love Rocky too.
By the way, the official drink of the EST Hangout is Finnish long drink legend, a 1952, a drink unlike any other sparkling refreshment, real liquor. Longdrink.com is where you can enter your postal code and find which establishment or liquor store has it in stock. They also have that deal with OEG, so if you're at Rogers Place tomorrow, like Alice will be,
I will be.
go find the long drink. If you can, go find the long drink. It's a
will.
delicious.
We'll do it. I've been drinking that at home.
Oh, do you drink?
Yeah.
The Finnish long drink. It's amazing.
It's
nice.
so good.
It's a nice little vibe.
Soda.
See?
And also I have to keep
It is.
again, superstition. If I'm drinking something and they lose, I can't drink it anymore and I'm undefeated.
Oh, they have that at the rink.
Sick.
They said they have a partnership with OEG. You could go find that at Rogers Place. So go get that.
It really sucks when they're undefeated on a drink that you hate, though. Like as a joke, a couple years ago, I got that alcoholic Tahiti treat, and then I had to drink that so deep into a run, and I was like, oh no, this is too sweet.
You got diabetes after that, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm dying. I looked way better before that run, and now I look kind of shit.
God.
I do respect the commitment to the superstitions, though.
I can't
It's
help
hard
it.
to find that with the people that are like that one, and I have had mine. It doesn't seem like it should work, but it matters.
Thank you for not flinching when I said diabetes, by the way.
No, I know you're doing a Wilfred Brimley bit.
I like it.
Big Uke, slutty refs, good Halloween costume next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, think about it.
Yeah, I could be into that.
We just added slutty to everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
Because what were you for Halloween?
Nothing.
He's a
I was the
baseball player.
Oh, right.
And I was just a crayon.
He was a sexy crayon, a sexy
So we just
baseball
added
player.
sexy on top of
Yeah.
it. Any costume
Yeah.
you have in Halloween, no matter how conservative it is overall,
You were
you just
showing
say
some legs.
sexy.
Sexy.
Yeah.
I'm sexy.
I mean, I guess you could argue the refs were already you're right, they are slutty because they were blowing the game.
There you go.
Before marriage.
Yeah.
Justin won't like that one.
Justin's gonna be so mad when he finds out what the refs did. He's gonna make them do so many Hail Marys.
What are the penance for the refs from last night?
Oh, God. This is
Too good.
Yeah. I'm glad you gave it today.
How did you get into improv? Like, so you said you were bored in Oakville.
Yeah, I started going to the Second City. It's a world famous comedy theater that has like Mike Myers started there, and Gilda Radner, and Stephen Colbert, and Tina Fey. Like truly,
Chicago?
like
Wow.
yeah, in Chicago. But some of them started in the Second City, Toronto. So I started
Okay.
doing improv classes there as a teenager, and then I got hired for the Second City out of high school, and I worked there for a few years. And that's
And your parents never were so supportive of this? Or did they want you to like be a doctor or something?
My parents very much wanted me to be a lawyer.
Yeah.
But then it just became clear that like I won't do anything I don't want to do ever. And I was lucky enough to have enough success young enough because at first my parents were like, "You'll grow out of this," but then things were kind of working, and they were like, "Okay, yeah, keep going for that for a while," because like you can always go back to school.
But you were good at it, so they obviously believed in you.
Yeah, although I think that I remember I had a long streak of every time my dad came to see a show, it would be like a show where I bombed for some reason. So I don't think my dad thought I was good at it for a really long time. In fact, during the pandemic, I was on a CBC show that my dad watched, and he told me it was the first time he thought I was like good at something.
Oh, that's okay.
And that's like 15 years into my career, and I was like, cool.
But at least it was honest.
But it was because it was his style of comedy.
Oh,
like
I
it was
see.
a
Yeah.
show where I was doing like a very like sort of British kind of performance, and my dad was like, "Oh, I see what you do now. Okay, good."
Okay, so if you said you had bad performances when your dad showed up, is that just in your mind,
It's
though?
the yips. It's for sure. No, it's definitely show. Like it was because my dad was there. I'd always be in my head because I can't look. I'm kind of a filthy performer. Like clearly, everything I say. Like try doing that in front of your dad.
yeah.
Like try it.
Yeah.
You're still. There's always a part in your brain that's like, oh God, am I gonna make this joke in front of my dad? I guess. And I toured when I was 21. I toured a parody of 50 Shades of Grey around the United States. And when my dad came, he came to the show that the entire kids in the hall came to see. Oh no! And he was like. He's like, I didn't enjoy that at all, and I was like, I can see why. Do you want to come backstage? All my comedy heroes are here, and they say I'm doing a good job. My dad's like, I think I have to go, and I was like, that's fair, Dad.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't exactly do comedy for my dad. I do comedy for other people's dads.
And I'm sure they
That's
appreciate
fine.
that.
You mean daddies?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, like other people's dads love what I'm doing. You just don't want your own daughter to do that.
And I can't even wear a low cut shirt in front of my dad. I get shy.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
No,
I can't
yeah.
imagine when you're doing like sex jokes.
yeah, and
Right?
I do some filthy things.
Like the refs.
Slutty refs. They blow every time. One text just came in.
Nice.
Yeah, look what you've done.
Yeah.
Somebody says this is Hangout of the Year.
You'll go into the
nice.
nomination.
We have
He'll go into
We have a
Excel sheet,
star here. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
we do,
not,
but like
not in any way
we're very prepared for the SD's part 2.
sick.
Are we?
Oh,
I
you
always
do
I just don't know how
everything?
deep we are on
I
the
always
spreadsheet.
assume you're prepared for it, and so I
Yeah,
use
but I
we.
still, it'd be nice to have some help of people filling out that
We
spreadsheet so
are
I don't have to
filling
go
it
into
out.
July and be like, hey, do we have any nominations for this?
We do.
But do we fill it out?
Sure.
Have you put anything into it?
Maybe. I can't remember.
That's a no.
Probably not.
The date
I
is
mean, we're
booked
all
in.
Oh,
very busy.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, as am I.
I know.
We've got a golf tournament coming up.
Oh,
We've got
that's
the
good,
Nasty Bash coming up. And then we got the ESTs coming up. So we have 4 signature events
Yes.
That's
for
a
us.
lot.
We do 3 in like a matter of 2 months.
That's a lot.
Yeah. And then we have the 5th one. that
You're
is-
invited.
If I'm around, yeah.
Please come.
It's a Tuesday in September.
Yeah, probably. I might be around for that. Depends when Because News it comes back in the fall. I don't know if we're coming back in August or September this year. That's the radio show we do in
Save the
Toronto.
date.
Think about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Seed is planted.
That's the radio show where I can't say a lot of the things I've said today.
Is it liberating to be on this show?
It's nice when I don't have to be like, this has to play well with a Saturday morning, family friendly. Like I can't say anything. It has to be able to air on Saturday morning with people who are going to listen to potentially with their children.
Driving their kid to hockey or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything you'd like to say about the monarchy, perhaps?
No, no. I've said all I need to say about the monarchy.
There's no ombudsman overseeing any of this.
No. Yeah, no. I think I've trashed the monarchy enough this year.
Fair enough.
I went hard.
Oh, we just got a new seal or something. I think I saw today. The king approved it.
Sick.
I know.
Cool.
Right? Aren't we
I don't-
excited?
I don't understand this part of Parliament, honestly.
Pip pip.
There's a nasty that actually wrote this in the nasty chat yesterday, and
Okay.
I remember I saw it, and he responded today, and I just want to read this quickly. Okay?
Nasty chat's the YouTube chat.
Copy.
He said, so this is Prez. He's like, vote for Prez. He said, I said yesterday I could remove the Canadian national deficit of $74 billion by betting $15 billion of taxpayer money on Kane over 0.5 PIMS for his period. Lock of the century. I would have led this great nation to prosperity. He was damn right.
Yeah.
Should have taken that. Well, he always comes in the chat and he says some stuff about like Play Alberta, and I always read it. I'm like, man, I should listen to this
Slip
guy.
in a cool 15 bill, get rid of our debt. That's lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that's the game.
Imagine
Kane
Carney
doesn't do
did that.
something, and
Yeah, and our prime minister's betting.
yeah, how good would that go?
I mean, if he pulled it off, everyone would be like, legend.
Yeah, legend. That's
Oh,
right.
the other part is find a
Boss.
book that's willing to take that bet. That's the other part. Carney's just all over Vegas into different casinos, splitting all the nation's money so we could have the multiple bets.
Oh, too good.
God, I just would really love to see a press conference with Polyev having to talk about Carney doing that. That would be very fun for me personally to watch.
Legit.
Yeah, and Carney is an Oiler fan, so
Yeah.
there's that part to
Yeah.
that would add on
He
to
probably thought about it. He probably genuinely is like, I could bet on the Oilers and fix this country.
that. Or like it was. So that's the question. Is he's sitting there, the Oilers down 3-0 going into the second, going, yeah, that money line sure looks good. I can solve a few things right now.
I could get everybody such good dental. Oh,
A couple of those promises I made could be paid off really quickly here.
every province gets a pipeline.
Oh my God. Dry saddle anytime goal. Yeah, exactly.
Looking at talk, calling up his finance minister. How much do we got in liquid right now?
Jeez.
Caster 1990 says Just News is hilarious.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a good job.
He was in earlier saying he loves listening to that show too and stuff. CBC is great radio. I love listening to CBC.
It's nice. It's a nice time. You're like gentle. It's very gentle and kind.
Every time I go into CBC Edmonton, it is very gentle and kind. It's like,
Yeah.
you're listening to CBC Edmonton. It is 8:05 and it's sunny and 14 degrees. We're on our way to a high of 23 with partly cloudy skies this evening. We're welcoming in Tom Gazzola from Edmonton Sports Talk. So, Tom, how are you doing today? Tell us about your radio station.
Last year, after game 4, I had to go home to Toronto and I had to be on the radio, and my voice was gone. And I didn't realize how gone it was until we started doing the show. And I can only describe what came out as like, if you picture what you think like a sexy cartoon mouse sounds like, that's what I sounded like. And everyone's like, is this a bit? And I was like, no, I can't help it. Like literally trying to do the show. And I was like, oh no. That was my voice after game 4. And like, I don't think they should be doing that in Parliament. That was my voice.
Tough.
I couldn't stop. I literally couldn't. And everyone was like, I can't look at you when you're doing that. I'm like, I'm not trying to do this. I just screamed so hard the other night that was my voice.
So stay tuned to your next radio hit after Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, and go, oh no, they did it again. It was really bad.
Oh, my God. That's hilarious.
Watching yesterday's game, like all seriousness, I like. Do you think that do you think there's a better team here, or are they both equal?
They're equal.
They seem pretty locked, honestly. They seem pretty evenly matched.
You have 3 overtime games and 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like both are worthy of the
Panthers
Stanley
blew the
Cup.
lead too, right? Yeah.
Both are absolute. Whoever wins the Stanley Cup is a worthy champion, just straight up.
Yeah.
You can't dispute it, and I do feel for a little bit for that other team because it's like they're both just worthy of it. No one else is in the Hawks.
Well, last year I think it was. I mean, it ultimately came to a game 7 that was like a 1-goal game. Like they have been equally matched. Granted, when the Oilers lose, they tend to lose a lot. But like, I don't know. They just seem very similar in a lot of ways, or possibly the Florida Panthers might be our Wario. Like similar, different.
Yes.
Like a lot of the things are the same, but they're just slightly evil.
Yes.
Slay.
Yeah.
That was fair.
All
Fair
right.
use.
I did it.
Yeah, they're our Wario.
That's a good one. Dudley says, yesterday Matt was talking about how the Panthers were in the Oilers' head. Who's in their
Didn't say
head
that.
now, bitches?
Oh!
That's from Dudley.
I would love
Well,
to
and
answer.
like
I'm
it was
not
one of
thinking
those
that.
like
Yeah.
that's where like if I said if you're the Panthers, you're thinking that.
Right.
That's what you're thinking. I don't think the Oilers are now in the Panthers' heads. I don't think anyone's in
Dudley
anyone's
thinks
heads.
so. Dudley thinks
I don't think the Panthers would think the Oilers are in their heads. I think the Panthers walk away from that game thinking we blew it.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
No, I don't think they're thinking that the Oilers are in their heads.
Well, I was
I'm
reading.
just reading what Dudley said.
No, I know. I'm responding to Dudley.
Oh, okay.
So I was reading Panthers Twitter, and they confidently believe that they are champions. Like again, like they're gonna win easily.
Oh, that it's over.
That it's over.
Yeah.
That they got like that yesterday was just a bad game by them, and like they are confident they're the better team. And as Oilers fans, I think you can see that they are equal if you're like, not in Delulu land.
But are not Oilers
they're-
fans
Yeah.
thinking the exact same thing that their team's better than the Panthers?
I don't think. I
but
think
that's
we're
the
all
thing.
cautiously optimistic.
It's just, I can honestly tell you they're both good teams. This is why I'm asking Alex, like, what would she do in a Game 6 scenario? And
So I was reading Panthers Reddit like right before the series, and they were like, "Well, the Oilers is only 2 players. They're Dry and McDavid," and I'm like, "So you guys don't watch any games because this playoffs has been such a every man chips in,
Yeah.
like every chopping wood, carrying water playoffs, baby." Like I don't think Panthers really understand how this team has been playing because it doesn't seem like the average Panthers fan has been watching all playoffs, and maybe that's
They don't.
because we're
Well, they're
like,
not staying
yeah,
up till
they don't.
10 o'clock at night to start watching an Oiler playoff game.
well, I am, so grow up, Florida.
But that's your team, not their team.
Man, I was staying up to watch Dallas games. Like, I don't care. Like, I've watched every Jets game. Like, get on board. Like, you need to watch all the teams so you understand what you're coming into. That's part of it's like if you only watched half of the MCU movies and showed up to Endgame. Like, you gotta know the storylines that like make this matter.
I haven't watched those movies, so
Well-
I'm not going to jump in clearly on
They're
the end
lovely.
one. Endgame. I won't
MCU?
watch it at the end game.
Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
oh, okay, yeah, I should know that. Sorry. I actually like Marvel.
If you get cast for one of those MCU movies, can you send us an 8x10 glossy?
Yes.
Thank you.
I will never get cast as one of those movies. I am already far too old. Unless I'm going to be playing, like, I don't know, somebody the Hulk hits in the face.
Don't even.
You could be the Secretary of State in one of those.
I tried to be an extra to get extra when they were shooting that Hulk movie that shot in Toronto in front of the strip club.
Oh.
If you ever watch that original Hulk movie from like the mid 2000s.
Like the Eric Bana one?
Yeah. Eric Bana?
I remember that one
No, not
coming
Eric
out.
Bana. It was
Or the Edward
what's his face?
Norton.
Edward Norton. Edward Norton. It shot in front of
2003?
this Toronto strip club called Zanzibar. And for like a year after, that strip club had a marquee that said "Live Nude Girls, Incredible Hulk filmed here."
Okay. And they got rid of Edward Norton and put Mark Ruffalo in there. That was like the start of the MCU.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a
that
very weird one. Because Ed Norton was great.
Yeah.
That Hulk movie wasn't very good though. It wasn't his fault though.
No, but like it kicked off like everything, right?
No, I think the first one was Iron Man.
Oh, Iron Man.
it's
Yeah, but
the-
the Hulk one was part. But it was weird because like they've had to like recast. Well, Harrison Ford in the last Captain America replaced, was it William Hurt who died?
Yeah, I can't remember.
Who was
Yeah.
the general or whatever that became the president, that became Red Hulk. There's been so many movies.
I know.
lot.
I know. It's like, okay.
That's why I feel like I can't even get into it now because I don't even know where to start.
And then there's like the series and
That's why you got to get on Bluey because like you can catch up on Bluey. You can be a part of that. That could be your fandom.
don't do it.
Well,
You're better than that.
I do have 2 young nieces, but I think they're getting closer to the age of maybe being past Bluey. So I
Probably.
missed my run.
I guess you got to get into My Little Pony.
Actually, I think that would be next. Is that still on?
Yeah,
I don't even know what's
so.
Is it
on.
really?
I think so.
My Little Pony's
I
like.
shot a commercial with a girl this year who was in My Little Pony, and because I was talking to her, and I was like, "I know you. How do I know you?" And then I was like, "Oh, it's that I know your voice." That's crazy.
Oh,
Couldn't figure it
wow.
out.
Do you think that there's not enough rom-coms now? Like funny movies, even just comedies in general? It's all Marvel, it's all superheroes.
We do seem to be in a weird dearth of very few comedies,
Yeah.
or very few good comedies. I haven't seen Friendship yet. I'm really excited to go see that one. But other than that, I haven't heard anyone talking about like this was a genuinely
They don't
good.
pump comedy.
Vince Vaughn talked about it on Hot Wings
yeah.
or Hot Ones or whatever, and where he said that they don't want to do it anymore because you can't sell like it's the
Toys.
Yeah,
it's
you
the
can't
toys,
sell
it's
the
all those
merch.
extra stuff that you can sell. And so you do a Marvel movie, even if it's terrible, you're selling a bunch of extra stuff. And rom-coms are just, oh, okay, the budget's this. We're going to make how much over that? Oh, only 10 mil? We're good.
Totally.
They don't want to commit into that. The accountants are ruining the world.
Yeah, and they're boring. BC Family.
They just look at spreadsheets and make decisions based off spreadsheets.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like we have Marvel movies and we have Christmas movies, and those are the 2 movies that are consistently made. And I cannot book a Christmas movie to save my life. I can't do those auditions.
Can't get in the Hallmark?
I cannot sincerely. I had one, and this was legitimately the line that I couldn't say. Like I had like 15 takes. I could not get it out. Ready?
Yep.
But that means they're gonna have to close the orphanage on Christmas. How do you deliver that? How do you deliver that and not sound like it's a joke? It's so dumb. It's so dumb. That's not gonna happen. Like, what is this movie? Like, they're just always constantly like a woman, and she's like, "Oh, me? Who could ever want me? A perfect 10." A perfect 10 who has the flaw of owns bakery.
Yeah, it's legit.
Like, I can't book that to save my life. I can't pass for I can't turn off the part of my brain where I know that you can see in my face, and I'm like, this is nonsense.
Yeah.
This was written by AI. I don't believe in this. I can't
Oh my
book those.
God, AI is going to write so many
Think
Christmas movies
Justin's
moving
into
forward.
Writing movies, maybe.
Yeah, ask Justin to help write a screenplay.
Yeah.
We'll have to get into and once I'm done with the show, I'll get into it with Justin. I got a few things to talk to with Justin here for the rest of the
I
day.
can't wait for that new podcast. Hockey with Justin?
Oh my God, we could have a podcast with Justin.
Let's create a
Ask
podcast.
questions with Justin.
Yeah.
Like throw him questions like today, like Justin, your thoughts on last night's game. How do you think the Oilers were able to come back against the Panthers? And then read out what Justin has to say.
Justin, whose side is God on?
An EST experience.
In partnership with the Catholic Church.
Wouldn't it be so weird if they become a sponsor?
They've
Just
got
have
money.
Justin on the air,
Yeah,
the
we'll call
podcast with Priest
A
Justin.
friend of EST podcast. Yeah.
There's actually somebody from Wetaskiwin. He's big into Hallmark movies. And the only reason I know this, I flew on a plane and I sat next to his mom once, and she was just telling me about him. And then like Paul Green or something. He's
brother-
famous in Wetaskiwin, apparently.
My brother's been in a couple of them, and he plays a bad guy or a carny. A
carny.
Yeah, he always gets like 2 lines, and
I'm staying at the house of a friend of mine, and the house has been paid for by like Christmas movies.
damn.
Yeah.
It's obviously an industry. They have like a Hallmark channel,
Yeah.
right?
Well, I'd say they pump out movies, like a new movie a day for like 40 days in advance of Christmas.
If Alberta had film tax credits, I think all those Christmas movies would shoot here.
What credits?
Film tax credits?
We don't have those?
Not good ones.
Oh.
But like, so all of the ones they either shoot in like this one city in like Almont, Ontario, or Winnipeg, because Winnipeg has nuts film credits, like crazy film credits.
What about Vancouver? Like in Lower Mainland, I see them all the time.
I think I feel like Vancouver is like a lot of like CW stuff.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
because of
like
the
you have
Seattle.
to because I had when I was
Smallville
younger,
things.
I had an agent. And I was like, would I be booking more if I lived in Vancouver? And she said, "quote You don't have the face for it." And I was like, "Great,
hell?
Wow.
copy." I mean, granted, it's before I had very British teeth when I was younger, and I had to get those fixed up. Quite British.
Summer teeth.
Yeah, some are not.
Some over here, some over there.
Yeah.
Portion of this hour of the EST Hangout brought by the High Product Marketing, official merch partner of Edmonton Sports Talk, promotional products that bring the buzz. Check them out at highproductmarketing.com. So overall, like for those that maybe haven't followed, you should have been. What have you been up to, I guess, over the last year, and what can people check you out on?
Oh, probably most frequently CBC Because News, which is Saturday morning on CBC. And then other than that, honestly, I have been developing projects, which is just like, you're like, oh yeah, I can't talk about this. You can't talk about anything.
Yeah,
go on.
But things are
close.
coming.
Yeah, I'm so close to like up 3 things at once. Hopefully a movie about hockey.
Oh.
Yeah, the Edmonton Oilers playoff run.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my God, they really have to give me a good ending. Otherwise, I'm real screwed on this.
Fever Pitch. I don't know if Jimmy Fallon, Drew Barrymore, they wrote that with the expectation that once again the Red Sox would lose the World Series as they always had, and then they changed the ending because they won the World Series.
2004.
I won't watch the
I think they
ending of
filmed part of it on the field while it was happening.
it. I will not watch the end of that. I'm a Yankee fan.
Yankee fan over here.
Oh, what happened to you in your childhood?
I just liked winners.
Oh, that was a hard eye roll.
Yeah, I don't like being disappointed, unlike Blue Jays fans.
I can't. I cannot.
Staying out of that one.
You're on. You also
Mark
rolled your
Majot
eyes.
too. Yanks fans.
Solidarity.
Damn right. Best team, 27 world titles, baby.
I turned into a Mets fan because of him.
Yeah. I feel like if I was born in New York, this is the question of like, if you're born in New York, which team do you think? And I've always said probably Mets.
Yeah, Mets are cool.
Yeah.
And they're winners.
Yeah. Are they winning? I haven't won a World Series in quite some time.
Your vibes are cursed. This is like the equivalent of being like, I love the Emperor and I'm a big part of the Empire and I hate the rebel scum because I love winning.
Yeah, that's cool.
Now you understand
I see.
Matthew. I know you only spent like a couple hours with us last year, but
I
now
have
you're
watched
getting to know him.
like 4 World Series titles for my Yankees, so no big deal.
You're picking up on his vibe. That's our Matty.
Yeah.
Derek Jeter, Mariano Rivera, Bernie Williams, Jorge Posada, Joe Torre. Great years.
Yeah. Congrats on the money, I guess.
Thank you.
Buy all the titles you want.
Hey, the Jays are spending money. They just can't go win.
The Jays aren't spending money.
They're like the top 10 payroll.
the Jays are just like, I feel like for how much money we as Canadians pay for Rogers, they should be spending so much more on the Jays.
Facts.
Like if I've seen my cell phone bill, you can pay more money. Get another reliever, you sons of bitches.
No, instead they chose to buy all of the Leafs, Raptors, TFC, and the Argos and MLSE from Bell.
That's how much money they have.
So now they're going to just jack everything else up coming up here.
I know the show's coming to an end here, but I just want to say something quickly. Maddie's giving me the look of what the hell are you going to say? I'm not going to swear on air. I sometimes do that. Okay. Look, I'm going maybe to Florida. So next time I talk to you nasties won't be until after the Cup. I want you to know I love you so much. Oilers fans, it's okay. Here's the thing. Don't have to believe in superstition, but you believe in energy. You be positive. If you're not going to be positive, just don't feel bad. We can do this. I know we don't use we. This is a big couple days coming up. Okay? You don't need that negativity. Okay? Believe in this team. I believe in this team. I believe in this team reading about everything, not being a fan. I really think they're going to win this year. So I might be in Florida. If I'm in Florida, I'm going to holler at y'all. I'm going to let you know how it is. Otherwise, I pray to God. Come on, Oilers. You got this, baby. Hopefully in 6.
That
I'm
was
gonna see that
beautiful.
guy. Yeah.
You did that fingernail thing a
I know.
lot.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
You
She's
would
been
know
doing
these
it a
today.
lot. She got her nails done. She's like, I'm doing this a lot.
Yeah.
That's casting energy.
Pawing at us yesterday with that.
I
Yeah.
got my nails done and I can't help myself.
Yesterday at Hudson, she was all over. She's like this in our faces. We're like, this is new.
Giving you energy.
Yes.
And it works. So
Yes.
you're welcome.
Would anyone
you.
like to hear the German call of Leon Draisaitl's Game 4 OT winner?
Absolutely.
Yes. Good juju. There.
Nach 3 Dritteln in der regulären Spielzeit. Aber Connor Brown. Dreiseitel mit der Rückhand. Wo ist das Ding? Dreiseitel macht wieder den entscheidenden Treffer. Spiel Nummer 4 geht an die Edmonton Oilers, die damit ausgleichen. Und da ist das erste Spiel nach 37 Siegen in Folge, oder?
Well done.
Poetry.
Das ist gut.
Jack Michael
That's
stalled
good.
pretty good with it last night, too. I heard that.
I gotta hear that.
Then she'll just post that
awesome.
the German call of it. So
Sick.
they're losing it in Germany today.
Yeah. God, that was a fun one. I'm glad it went our way because otherwise, honestly, my vibes this morning would be so salty and awful.
Dude,
Like, you'd be
the
like,
whole
we never want to
city.
talk to Alice again. She was a real energy thief.
Oh, no.
It would have matched the city, I think, though.
Yeah,
like,
it
had
had,
it-
like, gremlin-ish.
honestly, if the Oilers did down
together.
3-0, let's say they lost that game in the end, I think you would have just matched the vibe of this city today, of where that would have been.
Yeah, but I don't like being crotchety.
Yeah, no one does.
No, yeah, like it's
But
not,
it would have been the city. But
I
in the end,
know.
everyone gets to be happy, and they
Yeah.
get to see happy Alice and
We get to-
happy Jasmine, and everyone's happy.
Yeah, nobody likes cranky Jazzy.
Yeah.
You know, nobody likes to be pissy. But Dry being pissy yesterday was a factor. Be pissy, boy. Yeah.
Mike, the Michigan fan, texted and said, why would a Vancouver fan go to Florida to watch the Oilers?
You're gonna
Well
get
played.
it, Mike.
You'll see the Wongo.
Okay.
Ah,
here
cheering
we
for
go.
her boy.
Saw him last year, and by the way, he was right behind me.
Jazz for an autograph?
No, he was
With
too
your
busy.
jersey?
Did you take a
No.
selfie with
No.
him in the background by any chance?
I did, and he was banging the
there
drum.
We go. There we go. We also have Stingers action. We're going to join in progress out in Niagara today. That's going to happen after the Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne at 6 o'clock. Alice, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
you're
Congratulations
dope,
on the EST award from last
Oh,
year.
yeah, I forgot.
And we'll see
Yeah.
if you have a big win coming up this September.
Oh my gosh.
Invite coming.
Going back to back, guys.
Oh, it'd be
You
amazing.
have to.
Jasmine, all the best in Florida. I think people hope that you're off there. Coming up next, Lock Shot, myself and Huss. Oil Stream, yourself and Reed. We got the EST Afternoons Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne until 6 o'clock. Then we'll join the Stingers in progress. Tomorrow, 10 o'clock, Hello Hockey. 4:30, GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show live from Canadian Ice House. Plus the postgame show. And then Sunday, 8 o'clock, we got the VIP Golf Show. And then Dusty's back with Eric on Trev on Monday morning as they will recap the weekend in sports on behalf of Alice, Jasmine, Benny, Tommy. I am Matt. Thanks for tuning in to the EST Angle presented by Sentinel Storage on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports, presented by Play Alberta. Lock Shop coming up in a few minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Let's go. There you go, right in front of the camera.
First time guest, long time listener, fan of the original draft commissioner.
Welcome to the EST Hangout presented by White Claw Hard Seltzer. The difference is clear. Matt Iwanyk, Tom Zola with here. Joining us today